Oh, we're still even early a little bit. Are you guys able to hear me?
No, I can hear you on Twitch, but not in Roll20.
Interesting. How
Now I
about
can see
now?
you. Yep.
Okay, cool. Good old reconnect. Cool.
That,
I'm gonna go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say that Twitch overlay is really cool for the D&D Beyond.
Oh, I actually haven't even seen it.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep.
Cool.
Oh, what was I looking for? Oh. I can hear you. It's weird, isn't it? Everybody can just see your stats just all out there in front of everybody. I'm quite upset about it.
Is that everyone? I guess that is everyone, isn't it? Except for Heximer.
Has anyone spoke to Jan yet?
I heard my name.
You're not in our campaign on D&D Beyond, so you're not appearing in the stats list.
Good. Goddamn enigma. Speaking of which, how do I add myself to somebody's D&D Beyond campaign? Asking for a friend.
You said what now? I'm sorry.
Donald, why am I not on the D&D Beyond campaign? Why can't these?
Because I haven't sent it to you yet. Because I sent that to them 2 years ago.
See, there's a term. It's called dropping the ball. And
look, bitch.
Donald, we're streaming.
Look, you son of a bitch. I put on an adult filter. You have to click on this channel ain't for kids before you watch.
Speaking of streaming, I do plan on playing copyrighted music tomorrow. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to get you in trouble, so.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Okay, now it should be working.
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I had to get my snowball to work.
Snowball mic?
Yeah, it wasn't working. I don't know what the heck that was about.
Okie dokie. Yeah, probably.
I don't know why, Donald, but on Twitch, it's not showing any of our video.
I think it's because I have it switched over to a different window at the moment. It
Okay.
probably will now.
I'll give it the 7 seconds or however long the delay is. There it is. Okay. Yeah.
I did.
Janelle's having technical difficulties.
Hydrate.
That's okay. Excuse me? Ah! Ah! Oh, and I have a beverage! Oh my god, I've got all my bevies on the freaking counter! I'll be right back. I also gotta go
Not
get...
a sponsor.
I also have to go get the other 9 of my books, so... By the way, y'all, this book right here, this gorgeous piece of work, oh my god, there is some crazy shit in there.
What's the over under on adding Bagman?
Excuse me?
Bagman.
I'm confused.
I think that's gonna have to be between you and your doctor.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Oh, you said bagman. I thought you said colostomy man.
No. What?
Just regular bagman. Just a regular bag.
Bagman. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I think it's called like. It's the only thing I know about. Like from that whole thing is like. Somebody wrote a news article about it. They're like DnD just got its own Slender Man.
Weird.
I'm like, oh, great, thank you.
Be like, have you looked through Volo's guide?
Yeah.
Anything goes at this point. Did you like frog people? Good, because now there's like 6 different races of frog people.
I want to be a poison dart frog man.
That's a thing. It's called a grung. I found it in one of the books that I got, and they're adorable.
I love it. I love it.
They're bright red, bright yellow, and bright green.
Ooh. Can't
But
go
of
with
course, like, the
blue with
girl
black.
would be pink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they're dart frogs. They can be pretty much any color in the rainbow.
Yeah. But
That
the
might
girl
be
has
a
to be
good-
pink.
That might be a cool character flaw, or not character flaw, but something the character's like embarrassed of. It's a boy frog that's bright pink.
Oh, I would do. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be embarrassed by that.
Oh, okay.
I was like, no, I guess I couldn't play that character. I just be like, my name is Grungo, and I'm just like, yes, work those frog legs, bitch.
God.
And then everyone's like, can I leave?
We're here forever.
Okay, I'm gonna go do all those things I said I was gonna go do. I'll be right back.
Oh, shit. Maybe I gotta go. Pokemon's live.
What?
I said Pokemon's live. I gotta go.
Wow, you are so vitral.
Persephone, you made it.
Start eating spinach, you fuck. Alright, you nerds.
Just waiting on you. Bantam.
Oh, coffee boy. Chris, would you do me a favor?
What's up?
Do you have your notes handy from a long time ago?
I sure do. They're right here.
Will you look up the cards for me?
Yeah.
I don't have those notes in front of me at the moment.
Do you just want me to put them in chat, or do you want me to whisper them to you?
I just want you to look up which card was the ally card. I think it's like the fourth one.
Oh, okay. Or do you just want me to say it out loud?
Yeah, you guys all know what the cards are. You guys can.
Okay. Let me find it. It's right here. All right. The mists, friend or foe. A Vistana wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor. She does not stay in one place for long. Seek her out at St. Markovia's Abbey near the mists.
Cool. So that is that one there. Oh wow, that's glossy.
That was our fourth card, yes.
Pretty cool. Yep, that is the mists. So you guys have met the Vistana woman, and she is supposed to be a very powerful ally for you guys in the coming fight. As long as you can convince her to join you, of course. Who knows? Bantam could come in here and just fuck it all up real quick. He's like, and I touch her butt. And we're like, no, Cole.
Do you have a handout for her? Like just a picture?
I do. Let me see.
I mean, I saw her briefly on the cover of Van Richten's, but...
She is... Did I spell it wrong? I sure did. And there we go. Esmeralda Diavenir.
Ooh, cool.
The Vistana. Esmeralda Diavenir. I just like her name. Thank you, Cody. He got an air fryer today. Hi, Janelle.
Hey, can you hear and see me?
Uh-huh. Oh,
Now we can.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Chris, are you excited for tomorrow?
Yes, I'm so excited. I've, other than work, I've been putting a lot of work into the first session. So I'm ready, and I am so excited for you guys.
Yeah, I think me and Janelle have been desperately wanting to talk about it, but we also don't want to spoil anything, so it's gonna be good. Bantam!
Donald, I might need to talk to you either tomorrow morning or later after this. We could if you wanted to.
Okay.
Just because of what we talked about, like how you would be introduced. I just wanted to think about it more a little bit. So,
Chris,
Okay.
I lost the paper that we were using.
the paper you were using?
That had all my notes on it.
Oh no!
I think it's at my house. I'm gonna check tomorrow. Obviously before D&D. When is D&D tomorrow?
Does that work for everyone?
3. D&D is at 3. Yeah, we're gonna start early tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff to do.
I have tomorrow off, so we can start as early as you kids want.
I mean, I'm free all day, so.
Well, Donald, are you still wanting to come get that thing from Jake's house?
Yes.
He already
Yeah.
texted you.
Yeah. We already spoke about that.
Okay.
So,
I work till 1, so anytime after that's fine with me.
perfect.
Okay. Welcome, Bantam.
Hello. Am I visible? Am I audible?
Yeah, look at you.
Wow.
Were you having
well
difficulties?
done. No, it's just every time anyone ever logs into this G-dang Forsaken website, it takes like 3 refreshes before you can both see and hear everybody and everything.
Yeah.
That was me today.
Yeah. So I'm, yeah, it's gonna be a good night. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, y'all.
Me and Bantam, we matched outfits today. Can you tell?
I was just gonna say that. I was like, oh my god, matchies.
I'm wearing purple for Warlock.
Joe, I'm wearing my Transformers shirt you got me.
Oh, cool. I get those when I send those out when I'm manic. That's when I buy gifts for everybody.
Well, it is super popular. Everybody loves it.
Cool. I was like, oh yeah, that's $10. That's $10. That's $8. Yeah, let's do it.
That's how
Super
I am.
cheap.
That's how I am with these goddamn Dungeons and Dragons books. Oh wow, it's on sale for $29.99.
Oh, but it's $29.99 normally. It's on sale for $25.99. It's a steal. I have to get it.
If I don't get it, I'm losing money. Really.
I'm losing money. Yeah. Exactly.
Unbelievable. All right, let me pop open the book here. Last time we were all together. Let me just double check, make sure our Twitch is going. Twitch is on, by the way.
Okay, let me log in.
Everybody come say hi and give me those free views, baby.
Does it matter how many followers, or not followers, but subscribers you have?
Subscribers, not so much, no.
Oh.
No, I don't think they would do that because then it's so disproportionate. Like,
You could just subscribe to yourself.
I mean, you get money for subscribers. Like I get $4 for each Twitch Prime subscription. So it's something like that, and then I get a certain amount for each paid sub and all kinds of stuff.
Do you get all the bits I sent you?
Yes, I do get all those.
Cool. You're welcome for that one
you.
song.
Oh my
What
god,
song
that
did
was
you-
so funny. I took it off because it was
I couldn't even hear it. You could hear it. I didn't know if anybody else could.
oh yeah, Nate could hear it.
Cool.
Overlord Gur in the chat before we start.
What's that?
A friend of ours, who is also a big Dungeons and Dragons nerd, would like to know what the party composition is. So if you guys want to go down real quick, introduce yourselves, what your class is, and then we'll get started on the recap.
So, I'm Taliesin Mystralath, and I'm a Hexblade Warlock.
Yoogan Grimblebrick, and I'm a ranger with bug swarms.
What is the say your race as well?
Oh yeah, I'm a deep gnome.
I'm a half-elf.
And I am a tiefling, paladin, oath of devotion.
I'm a shallow gnome wizard. It's the opposite of a deep gnome.
Oh my god.
Gnome. Yeah.
I am a human aberrant mind sorcerer.
Awesome. So yeah, all right. One of these days we will all have to play with Carson. He's cool. Anyways, let's go ahead
Do you
and get.
know him in real life?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
He was
I saw
my
him in the Discord.
district manager at
Oh.
Chiba Hut.
Hi, Carson.
Yeah, Cody knows him. Okay, so last we were all together, we found ourselves at the Abbey of Saint Markovia. At the front gates, you all met a mysterious folk called the Mongrel Folk. You met Siegfried and Otto Bellevue. They didn't seem to be necessarily hostile, but there's certainly something going on around here. Upon entering the front gates of the Abbey, you found other mongrel folk that weren't so happy and free. One of them even residing in the bottom of the well. And all of these mongrel folk were mismatched animal parts mixed in with humanoid shapes, and they just, most of them completely incoherent with madness. The abbot you finally met has quite the odd characteristics about him. I kind of a very whimsical, floaty kind of guy. However, he has asked you for a simple request to find a wedding dress for Vasilka here. I'm not sure if we ever discussed her name. Oh, so I guess I should switch you guys over to the page, right? That should help.
Where
There we
am I?
go. There we go. You guys met the abbot and found out that he is up to something here. He needs a wedding dress. And he needs it for a gift for Strahd. You guys, I don't know if you guys know much more than that. We did end on this floor here, you're right. Shortly after meeting him, on your way out to go and find the wedding dress, down, he suspects that the Baroness will have one. And on your way out, you see a shine in the window, and eventually you meet Esmeralda D'Avenea in the top floor of the Abbey. And just to remember this room right here, you just inspected it. There was a metal table that was covered in an assortment of body parts, and upon further inspection, they all seem to be female body parts. I have written notes for this part, believe it or not. Okay, so Esmeralda's appearance marks the first Taroka card to come to fruition, an ally in your fight against the Dark Tyrant Strahd von Zodovich. The card that you guys had was the Mist for your companion. The exploration of the Abbey of St. Markovia has raised more questions than answers. The powerful light inside of the walls of the Abbey belonged to the abbot, a man shrouded in mystery. He wishes you no harm, seemingly anyway, but is up to something devious. He requests a wedding dress for his bride gift to Strahd. After a run-in with a flesh golem and a handful of mongrel folk, Esmeralda is a sight for sore eyes. Okay. So, Esmeralda looks about the room, and you see her eye you up and down, each one of you, and she says, "I've been hearing about you Habeaus Corvus folks. Is that you? Do I have the right group?"
That is us. And I might say that it is a pleasure to meet you. We've heard much about you.
Yes. Some people think I'm a myth around here, but unfortunately, we've not much time for pleasantries. I've been staking out the Abbey for quite some time. I met with the abbot about a week or two ago and asked him if I could walk about the grounds. Told him that I could help with the... Well, I didn't really know at the time. I kind of just bullshitted my way in, but regardless, he lets me walk around freely. The flesh golems don't seem to be too happy to see us when we're alone, but I have a plan, and I'd wondered if I could bend your ear for just a moment.
Taliesin turns around and looks at everyone, and he kind of gives a little nod, looking for everyone else's approval.
You can have the whole ear if you've got a decent plan, yeah?
We'd be happy to hear it, Esmeralda.
Shit, you can take two.
Rambunctious group, thank God. It's good to see this many people in a room with a soul. She kind of takes a step back, and she walks over to this bed over here. And you notice that she kind of pulls out this bag. It's just a traveling backpack, nothing spectacular, but the leather is real dark, and almost jet black. And she takes off the top of the bag, and she just starts taking out holy symbols, and she takes out 3 wooden stakes and drops them onto the bed. She reaches and pulls out 5 vials of holy water, sets them on the bed. Books, 3 different books that seem to have papers jammed into them, and notes and bookmarks and scratches and etching. These books are used like crazy. And she sets them all down and she says, "All right." She turns around and says, "I can tell by the looks of you that you've ran into Strahd once or twice." She looks at Yoogan, and you see her eye the bite mark on the side of your neck. It's healed over pretty well, but it's still kind of irksome.
Yeah, you could say that, I guess. It's not really a meeting per se, more like a beatdown.
Well, were you at all worried that you would turn after getting bitten by the first vampire of them all.
Yeah, it honestly didn't cross my mind until now. Oh god, I'm a little bit more nervous than I was a second ago, guys. I don't know about this one.
She takes a step towards you.
But surely we need blood exchanges or something like that. Just one bite, would that be enough?
You
can
can
be. No problem, surely.
Back away.
Esmeralda stops and kind of smirks at you, and she reaches over and taps you on the shoulder roughly, and she says, "Don't worry. Little tidbit of advice for you. You will only turn into one of them if the bite kills you.
Oh.
So if you walk away from a fight still breathing air, don't worry. You're just fine."
Okay.
I had a feeling he would have turned anyway. It's been a couple days, so.
He didn't say anything. Typical Taliesin.
So the bite would have had needed to kill him because he was pretty close to death after the bite. But it has to be the bite's doing.
Yes. Yeah. So she just kind of nods at you. Your guys' passive kind of perception. You do know somebody else who has also been bitten by Strahd. So this clicks for you guys, like, oh, okay, so that's why a friend of yours hasn't turned yet, or turned at all, or it hasn't affected her in the way that maybe you typically would have thought. But
Did anybody else forget how vampires worked? So good minute there.
right.
I have read a lot of vampire stories. There's many different kinds. Who really knows?
Yeah,
I mean,
depends on-
Twilight. Look at Twilight. You know what I mean?
Well, it's
It
a
never
Sparkle.
occurred to me to think about the bite at all. It never occurred to me.
yeah, Esmeralda. I was just gonna take all that as actual in-game talk, and Esmeralda says, "Well, is there anything else? Any other questions about any vampires or anything that you've come across that I could help with while we
How
have a
do you
moment?"
Kill a vampire.
Ah,
Well, we've killed some
We
fledglings.
killed. I don't think those were full vampires. They were brought into Valakai in the dirt in the coffins, and then they looked fresh, like they might have been not fully aware that they were vampires. They were more like creatures than people.
yes.
How about best way to kill him?
Well, it sounds like a lot of you have ran into quite a few vampire spawn. Vampire spawn is what you will become if you die to the bite of a vampire. You simply become a mindless, ravenous, bloodthirsty creature. A very powerful vampire must choose you to become something else. The best way to kill a vampire spawn is to drag it out into the sunlight. Sunlight sensitivity is something that we can't quite take advantage of fully here because its sun is blotted out, almost as if on purpose. But there are other ways of bringing the sunlight into the fight, and she turns towards Persephone, and she says, "You seem like the holy type. Have you learned any kind of way to bring in the sunlight?"
I know the cantrip light. I can create radiant energy on my weapon.
All right. Well, unfortunately, light and sunlight, very specific. I would implore you to continue to practice on your light and see if you can't focus or find somebody that can teach you how to further that and find out how to use this spell, sunlight. It would be
I think that
beneficial
would be great.
to you. I do know some people around that I could talk to, but I mostly keep to myself. So
I have the gold. I'm willing to
atta girl.
pay for such teachings. Yes.
She's just warming up to you guys. You can see her just kind of relaxing even more, and she looks over to Bantam and she says, "All right, you. Tell me about yourself."
Not much to say. I begin and end a year and a half ago in a tower. I'm a gnome with amnesia, and I intend to make up that gap in my life with more information. And I'm gonna scoot towards the books, and I'm gonna incline my head, can I borrow one of these?
She goes over and she picks up the top book and she passes it over to you. And she says, "Go ahead, have a look."
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever gotten to use this, but over the next if you take about the next, I'd say 20 minutes in game, concentrating on her book, you'll be able to get through most of it, a good skim through, to get an idea of what's in there. And you have the ability of quick reading, don't you?
Yep, sure do.
So, yeah, because this guy was locked in that tower reading so long, I gave his character quick reading, which basically cuts down the time that it takes for him to read through stuff, which is awesome. So, yeah, go ahead, roll an investigation check or an intelligence check, just in general, whichever one is better for you. And then, so yeah, she passes you the book, and go ahead and roll that. While he's doing that, Esmeralda turns towards Heximer, and she walks over to the bed, and she reaches into her backpack, and she pulls out a kind of a small black coin. And she comes over and she says, "You seem to know your way around some weird dark magic. Can I trust you with something?"
Sure.
And you see her, she's kind of flicking this silver coin in her hand. And she goes and holds it out between her fingers towards you. Do you put your hand out for it?
Yes.
When she sets it down into your hand, the silver coin turns into this kind of puff of black smoke. It still keeps its form, but she again pulls out the coin back in her hand, but you still have this black circle on your hand, and when you close your hand around the black smoke, it disappears. And Esmeralda says, "All right, if we ever get separated, or if we ever need to get a hold of each other, I will be able to send you one message as long as you are within 100 miles of me. And she says that's a Vistani charm that she gave you. And it connects the two of you as long as you are within 100 miles.
Cool.
All right. So, any other questions before we get down to business?
I have a question.
Yes.
I know that some things are susceptible to additional injuries from silver. Is that the same for vampires? Is there any impact to their health?
Your silver is going to get you through any kind of lycanthropic situation, if you will. But as far as vampires go, it's a hit or miss. Up against the vampire spawn, definitely. It will at least be able to do regular base damage. Some of them stronger, full-fledged vampires, or against Strahd, you're going to want to make sure that your attacks are at least magical in some form.
I can do that.
I have one question. What do you know about the abbot?
Now we get down to business. She goes over and you see her start to put the things back in her bag. And she begins to say, I've been here for a while now, as I said. And this place isn't as it seems. Most of the captives here, they were born here. They all share the last name Bellevue. And from any of my research, that family was checked into this Abbey of St. Markovia long, long ago. Back when St. Markovia was the one who ran the place. Now, this was a place of healing. Nurses and doctors would come from all over the land to study here and work with people, and it was truly a place of good. Now, this was many, many, many years ago. After Strahd took over, about 100 years or so, the Abbey just began to fall into ruins. St. Markovia and all of the hands they could gather marched to the steps of Castle Ravenloft, only to lose their lives in one fell night. Afterwards, the Abbey fell to complete ruin. But the horrors and the screams and the rumors coming from the Abbey made people terrified. Eventually, Kresk decided to close their gates forever. The Kreskite family eventually closing the gates to the outside world. Now, the Kreskite family line is no more, and it seems that the abbot has come to watch over the Abbey. There's still missing pieces there, but there's something about him.
Well, I can tell you that Persephone detected that the abbot is celestial. Did you know that?
Celestial? In a place like this?
That's what struck me as odd as well.
Celestials are way outside of my normal hunt. Have any of you ever come toe-to-toe with a celestial before?
I've come toe-to-toe with quite the opposite. The abyss, but not too much the celestial side.
Yes, I could tell. You do seem comfortable here. She points to Persephone and she says, Did you sense any malice or danger from this abbot, this celestial?
I didn't. But something seems off. I don't know. I
Bless
didn't
you.
sense anything evil, I don't think.
All right. I'm going to let you all take the... she kind of looks out the window, and you see her kind of getting a little antsy. She's finished packing up her bag by now. She's thrown it over her shoulder. And she looks over to Bantam. Bantam, you rolled an 18. Okay, so as you were going through the book there, you found all of the notes for the vampire spawn, and you found all of her notes for the were-ravens. So what I want to do is I'm going to share those handouts. Okay, so I've already shared the vampire spawn. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I guess, Chris, you'll have to help me out here. Can I share the information, like the stat block, with you guys? Or...
Yes. So that would be on the NPC. So like if you go to where the... Yeah.
I found it. Okay, so this is the vampire spawn. I'm just going to show this to everybody. I hope it doesn't contain any spoilers. I didn't look. Okay, so there you go. Were you guys able to find that?
Yep, it showed up on my screen.
Yeah, popped up.
Cool. Okay, so you found that. And the ones for the were-ravens. Okay. All right. And going through the book, Bantam, you also found, and they were just kind of inserts that fell out, and they are 2 spell scrolls. One of them is a spell scroll for, excuse me, what was it? Find secrets, I believe.
That's pretty much my my whole shtick. Is find secrets, so that's pretty cool.
So it's called Detect Secrets. Okay, so beginning on your next turn after casting the spell, secrets of all sorts become more discernible to you for the duration. The sudden rush of magical insight grants you an advantage on all intelligent investigation and wisdom perception checks. You also found a scroll for magic missile. And for you to be able to use these, of course, you'll have to spend some time scribing them into your spellbook. Mm-hmm. And you'll have to spend some resources on ink and paper and all that to learn these. But a couple things that fall out of her book that she allows you to take. The rest of the book is obsessive notes about werewolves, like healing battle wounds, just notes, and the margins are completely full, and you notice it is cover to cover. And she comes over and she says, all right, did you find everything you needed out of there?
Yes, and then some. Great work you have here. It's an especially thick book.
I'll let you go through the others sometime, but right now, the plan. in only 1 day's time, tomorrow night, I believe that if the abbot has everything ready, I believe that Strahd will be here at the Abbey to receive his gift from the abbot. My plan is to attack Strahd here, far away from his castle, far away from his safety. What do you think?
Is this still a holy place blessed by, like, are the grounds consecrated, I guess, by Saint Markovia?
Not in some time.
And we saw what Strahd did to the consecrated pool in Kresk.
And I think you're suicidal.
Yeah, do you have some sort of, like, I don't know, ace up your sleeve? Because granted, he can't drop a lightning bolt on us or a fireball on us in that room, but I guess.
Oh, he probably could.
I'm sure he could find a way, Heximer. I'm sure he can.
Think about all the things we don't know yet.
Look,
I'm just wondering what's her ace.
this opportunity does not come about very often. Having an idea of where Strahd will be is information that is worth its weight in gold. And the fact that we will have an opportunity to fight him outside of his domain, outside of his lair, it may be the only chance we have at destroying him.
I agree. But we were just down at Yester Hill, and he almost wiped us all out. I don't think that was his domain. I'm all for attempting to bring down Strahd, but I guess I'm just a little apprehensive.
We do have something here that we didn't have at Yester Hill, though, and that is Esmeralda, the mythical vampire hunter.
She
That the
chuckles.
people of Barovia don't even believe exist.
She chuckles.
I hate any plan that involves just walking up to Strahd and giving him the business. I love the idea, but I hate the plan.
I feel like there's going to be a second base between walk up and give business. Let's hear her out.
Can we use the Abbey to our advantage? You know, other than just him being away from Ravenloft, can we use the Bellevue family, for example? Can we release them or something to cause a distraction, or maybe to attack him if they would? I don't know.
That's very interesting. Esmeralda goes and looks out the window here, and she's down in the little courtyard area. She's kind of wondering, do you think there's enough left in some of them to organize something like that?
I don't think so. I don't think that there's enough for us to command them. I think that they would just act like animals.
Perhaps we don't have to control each one of them. Perhaps we just have to find a way to control the one who controls them. Or at least get them on our side.
Mm.
Can talk to animals. I don't know if that would help, but I can. Do they count as animals?
That's that's a good question.
One other thought comes to mind. Were you gonna go say something, Donald?
No, I got a whisper from someone, so I'm just taking care of it real quick. Go ahead. I'm listening.
We have two other companions with us, one of whom is the reincarnated soul of Strahd's lover. So he's been dying and doing everything in his power to get her back.
Excuse me. You. Okay.
I'm
You're
sorry.
traveling with with Tatiana, with the soul of, and you've
believe
brought
she
her
was-
here. She starts to seem extremely panicked. Like, her demeanor changes right when she realizes kind of what you're talking about. She says, "Where?"
And, sorry, Yoogan's gonna kind of pop up and be like, I actually do have one other question for you. Sorry, before we get into this Irina business, which is very important. I've been carrying something around with me for a while, and I think you might be interested in it. It is a page from a diary, and I believe it's Strahd's diary, and I cannot take it out of my pocket without bad things happening.
I can pretty much assure you that it is a page from Strahd's diary because I remember looking at that, seeing ancient magic, and feeling his gaze upon me.
I feel like if you reacted badly to Irina, you'd probably react just as badly to the page, maybe. I don't know.
She takes it from you, and she's looking at it, and she goes over to her bag once again and flips it open, and you see her kind of rifle through and grab out a kind of chunk of papers and puts them down on the bed, and she starts looking between them. You can roll a perception check real quick.
Oh boy. Alright, one second. Oh, my microphone fell. A 14.
Yep. So as she's rifling through these papers, you see that one of them is an invitation very similar to what you guys have received from him before. It's this very well-written letter, and she looks at the two very quickly. You see her pick up a couple more pages. One of them, you catch the words Wachter House. And it's a deed to the Wachter house, and there's a big kind of red scratch through the middle that says condemned, and the signature at the bottom matches the one on matches the writing on the diary page, and Esmeralda looks at you and she says, "This is a page directly from the boy's diary. I would imagine he's after that. Yes."
Yeah. I don't really know why I've been carrying it around with me, to be honest with you. I feel like it's important, at the very least, to keep it with us. So,
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And back to the situation with Irina. The soul
Yes.
of Tatiana exists in our companion Irina, who is the sister of Ismark the Lesser from the village of Barovia. She is out in the garden with him right now. We have been traveling with them. We have been doing our best to maintain her safety. Father Petrovich from Valakai even inquired us to bring her here.
I'd imagine he probably heard tales of the Shrine of the White Sun. Honestly, this Kresk is the second safest place to Valakai. In fact, I would even say this place is safer than Valakai, weirdly enough. Oh. Even better that we take Strahd on now. If he's going to come, he's going to be awfully close to Irina, and if he finds her here, we could be up for the fight of our lives.
Should we hide? I don't know. What should we do with her? Should we let her fight? Persephone, what do you think? Or should we make sure that he's or that she's far away from him when he's here?
If there's a way to prevent him from knowing where she's at, I think we should keep her with the Burgomaster.
I do have potions that prevent scrying.
I have a spell that opens up a pocket to another dimension.
Are you gonna shove a person into your pocket dimension there, pal?
It's a big pocket. It's like a tent dimension.
It's
Could he
terrifying.
dispel
I've heard
magic?
that before.
I mean, we should definitely go and ask her. Get her opinion on this.
You know, the Shrine of is it the Morning Lord? Is that what he's called?
Yeah. Or,
I'm getting Game of Thrones confused.
it is the... I have it right in front of me. The pool and shrine... The statue is a depiction of the Morning Lord, positioned so that he is reaching towards the east.
Do you think that weapon could be magical in some way? And I don't know. It has the same branding that we saw at the pool.
You're talking about Irina's sword.
Yes.
You guys have never noticed anything magical about the sword. It's just seemingly very ornately designed, but other than that, you don't sense any magic coming from it. But the symbolism is definitely the same. Same white sun.
Oh, it could be a key. Maybe now, maybe later. I'm not sure. If we are going to do this, I think that Irina should go, personally. And I think we need to have a rest after trying to fight the flesh golem. I think we all took a pretty heavy hit. Our stores are low on healing supplies.
Okay.
And I'm tired.
As you guys are discussing, you hear a whistle from outside the window, and it is Ismark, and you hear him let out a. Oh, sorry. I went to go whistle
Jesus,
and then
Ismark.
I choked on a French fry.
I'm gonna throw Ismark a thing of water.
Wismark's out there fucking coughing up a lung.
He and you hear him say, you hear him whistle to you where you are.
I guess I'll go up to the window and kind of wave at him. And I'll turn around. Heximer, Bantam, can you send a message to Ismark? Let him know that, we found Esmeralda and that we'd like to talk to him and Irina.
We're on the second story. Open the window.
I guess I'll
That's not very stealthy.
As you guys go towards the window, on the ground floor, you see Irina and Ismark. They are hiding behind that shed that's out next to the garden. You see them kind of peeking over the counter, or over the wall there, and across the courtyard, through the front of the building, back through that big door that you guys came in originally, you see these mongrel folk of all different shapes and sizes. And I'm going to switch you back over here real quick. Okay, you guys are all on the second floor over here. But you see mongrel folk running out of the door, carrying the disassembled parts of the flesh golem that you guys took out. And you see the mongrel folk bring it all the way over into the gate and then shut the gate behind them. Esmeralda turns to the lot of you and says, "All right, looks like it's about time to move. Tell you what, go back, take a night's rest at the Burgomaster's, and I'll take a look around here and try to figure out where this meeting is going to happen. If you can all secure the wedding dress, I think we can all be done with this ordeal quickly."
Just to clarify, are we going to attempt to kill the abbot? Or just aim for Strahd?
My aim is only for Strahd. Do you plan on killing the abbot?
I'd prefer not to. He could do a lot of good here if he wasn't so much under any devious plan for Strahd. So
Yes, it's very strange that a celestial is bowing to Strahd.
We'll put a question mark in his kill box. We'll figure it out later.
But he might get in the way while we attack Strahd. So we have to figure something out for
If
him.
he gets in the way, you kill him.
We try to just lock him up somewhere.
well, let's get out of here.
Let's go.
All right. As you guys look around the room, Esmeralda has vanished. She is gone.
And just like that, just missed.
I would like to use my Eldritch Sight to track her.
She is not in the room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't... Her bag is gone. Book's gone. Everything is... She is dipped.
I want to learn how to do that.
That's what Batman goodbye.
Yeah, seriously.
As the... it starts to grow quiet from everybody finishing up their conversation. Are you guys climbing back out and down the... Where are you guys heading? What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just scoot out the window. Like
And
I
the
do.
only way I can go is back the way we came.
Bantam, you're the only one that can do that.
I would say on the outside of this building, there's enough structure and overgrown vine and detritus that you guys would be able to find a way to climb down rather easy. It's not a very high wall there.
Okay,
If
that
you'd
works.
like. If you'd like.
Fuck it, I'll roll. Let's climb out the window.
I'll climb down that way.
All right.
Do I have disadvantage for climbing?
Persephone, no. If you were able to crawl out, and it's high enough to where if you jumped like halfway, you'd be fine. It's not that bad. Either way, after everybody kind of reaches this area here, the bell begins to chime above the Abbey. And you hear all of the mongrel folk in this building here start to go apeshit wild. You see a couple of the climbing mongrel folk that you saw get out of the jail, as the bell starts going off in the tower over on the side here, you see a couple of the mongrel folk run up the wall and disappear around the sides. And Ismark and Irina begin to kind of run past you, and they're like, okay, I think we should go.
Yes, let's.
So, the hootin' and hollerin' is all coming from inside. You see shapes and things moving past the windows, but not really anything else. You do make it to the gate just fine. And you guys are back at Kresk. Or at least at the front of the Abbey, if you will.
As we walk down the hill back into the village, I turn to Persephone. Persephone, would you be able to talk to the Baroness about the wedding dress? I would do it, but I just don't think I can mention that the abbot wants to bring her son back.
Yeah, I could talk to her. I know how difficult that's going to be, considering we don't have really any intention of allowing that to happen.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So, by this point, after the travel and the adventure you guys have had at the Abbey, it is starting to get to about dusk, and it is beginning to snow again, and it's starting to get quite cold outside. You can see the chimneys down the hill there have all started to light up, and you can smell fresh food cooking down at the bottom of the hill. And by the time you reach the bottom of the hill here, the hooting and hollering and wild animal noises up at the Abbey have mostly slunk back into just distant echoes, and then eventually into the dead quiet of the night again.
I just wanted to add, I still have a specter following me, so I don't want to just walk into Kresk with that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop somewhere, on this last leg of the hill, and kind of wave on the party and say, I think that I need to release the spirit back to the rightful place in the afterlife. I don't know, perhaps the best place for that would be the pond. So I'm going to head in that direction. I don't want to spook the people of Kresk more so than they already are.
Okay. So yeah, Taliesin, you're very easily able to kind of slink past this back area here. It's mostly orchards and kind of like logging areas. No one is out right now. Everybody's pretty much inside because of the snow and all that. When you get to the pond area here, what do you do?
So I kind of walk up to the edge of where the pond used to be and where the mud is. And I turn to the woman, the specter, and I say, I've released you from that flesh prison that you were in. I don't know if it was the abbot that did that to you or some other creature. It does seem like the abbot was not treating you very well. So please, I hope that you find your peace. I hope that this area has enough of a memory to you that you can find your place in the afterlife. And I just kind of nod at her.
The all around you start to feel the kind of wind pick up, and the snow seems to thicken the air in front of you, and one strong wind catches your eyes, and when you open them again, she has disappeared.
I kind of get a little smile on my face, and then I start walking back to the burgomaster's house.
Okay. Now, you guys do see the burgomaster and the baroness standing outside of the house, and you see them passing some bundles of wood and some rations to some of the other seemingly less fortunate families around the area. They're kind of struggling for food and warmth.
Is there something I can assist with? I can create a bonfire.
The villagers around don't acknowledge you. They kind of just gather their things and walk right past you. They're heading home.
Well, have a good night then.
Okay. So, everybody heading back to the burgomaster's place?
Heximer hasn't
Yes.
been there yet, so my character is probably going to split off and find somewhere to meditate to hone his mind.
Okay. All right, Heximer, while you are out there, we'll come back to you here in just a second, but roll a perception check for your while you're out there meditating. Bantam, where are you?
I am hastily making my way back towards the burgomaster's house because I have spells to copy.
Yes. Persephone and Taliesin, Yoogan?
Oh gosh, I guess I'll just go back to the burgomaster's house at this point because there's not really much else for me to do.
Okay. All right. So you get to the burgomaster, and you see them kind of passing out the last of their wood and their food, and the storm seems to be picking up even a little bit more, and the burgomaster and baroness welcome you into their home. While you are inside, they quickly turn around and shut the door, and it becomes very quiet, and the room kind of tenses up a little bit. And after you've warmed yourself up and the hosts have brought you some drinks of warm cider, they ask you. Dimitri stands before you and says, "Were you able to speak with him? Is there someone there that can help us?"
Yes, we met the abbot.
The two of them look at each other and they say, "Oh, what did they say?"
Persephone?
Well, it's a little complicated. He is willing to possibly help out in the matters regarding your son in exchange for a wedding dress to use.
The Baroness stands and she says, "Okay, such a simple request. I don't understand. What are you trying to say to me?"
Well, that is his offer. It's as simple as that.
What do you mean, help my son? I don't understand what you mean by that.
He wasn't exactly forward in saying what he should do, but he definitely feels for the death of your son. He feels very terrible about that. I think he's willing to come down and help alleviate some of the stress. I don't know if that means bringing him back.
So I need you to roll a deception.
Okay.
Because you are lying straight to her face.
Well, I don't remember what we talked about last time, so...
Taliesin does!
I don't remember.
He'd, like, bring them back to life. This is outside the game, I'm, like, asking.
Yes, he did.
Flat out. Oh, yeah.
Damn, okay.
Okay. Deception, yeah, 4.
The Baroness gets instantly pissed off. She lunges towards you, grabbing onto the front of your armor and slamming you up against the wall. And you see her eyes just immediately fill with tears, and she yells in your face, "Don't you goddamn lie to me!"
You know what? I won't lie to you. He will bring him back in exchange for a wedding dress for Strahd's bride.
Who? What? And she like shoves off of you and turns around, and she's just very frustrated. And Dimitri turns towards you and says, "It's just always more questions. What does Strahd's bride have anything to do with this?"
Looks like the abbot has received the task from Strahd of creating a bride from mixed match pieces of women found in the area. Created a body. I don't know if the soul is there. And they need a wedding dress in exchange for reviving your son, so that Strahd may wed the individual.
The Baroness' color fades from her face, even more so than it already was. And Dimitri kind of catches her and helps her sit on a stool nearby. And she says, "Oh God, what if they..." And she turns towards her husband, and he says, "You can't think that. You can't think that way." And the Baroness, she says, "But what if he used our daughters?" And she begins to cry, and Dimitri stops and holds her for a moment. And he turns and he says, "Our son was the 4th one of our kids to pass. But we also had 3 kids before that, and their bodies are all missing from their graves. They were never there for longer than a couple months before someone came along and took them. We've been guarding our son Ilya's grave night and day. The wedding dress is in the closet in the back." The Baroness stops and looks at him like, You must be mad. This is a deal with the devil. And Dimitri looks to her and says, "We have to try." Heximer, as you've been outside meditating, you're looking out. There is a storm brewing about you, but you're able to listen past it. And the palm of your hand starts to get a little itchy. And when you look down, you see that black little shadow coin in your hand. And you hear Esmeralda say, "The abbot is coming. He is on his way. now.
But like now?
So you look down back in your hand, and the kind of smoky coin has turned back into a solid silver coin. So you have this coin in your hand, but you don't hear Esmeralda anymore.
Well, that's alarming.
Okay, so
He says to himself.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, what do you plan on doing?
Well, I guess I'll make my way back to the burgomasters and pass along that information from Esmeralda.
Okay. As you approach the house, you kind of walk in on a kind of somber mood. You guys are all in the room. The Baron and the Baroness have retired into a kind of side room, and the back room that they are talking about, the door is open, but it is very quiet. Heximer enters the room.
I just got a message from Esmeralda. Abbott's on the way.
This has to be in response to the golem, right? This can't be good, right?
Okay.
Said.
Let me go take a look. I'm gonna step outside and look for his light. It should be pretty easy to spot in the night.
I'll follow.
Yeah.
Keep your.
He's on his way, or like to
He's on his
us,
way
or
now.
he's on his way, like you know, Batman kind of guy, the guy with bats. Strahd.
No, the abbot.
Nah, the Abbot.
No, I understand. I okay. Never mind.
So, I'm gonna step outside. Just,
Considering she had nobody, she could have been a little more
what
forward.
were you gonna say?
Information.
Oh. And I'm just gonna kind of step out into the street just to where I get a good vantage on the Abbey, and I'm looking for the light of the Abbot. Figuring out where he is. With my Eldritch Sight. Can't hear you, Donald.
You do not have to look very far. As you step out to the side of the road, the abbot is maybe about 20 feet away from you. Very cloaked, and you can still see that he's wearing that large, garish robe, the large white and blue robe, and he still has that this very ornate priestly hat, but he's covered now in a very large black cloak, and he is slowly approaching you.
I step outside with Taliesin as well.
I'm also outside.
I think that's dumb. I'm hiding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna kind of notion over towards Persephone and Heximer to like step back, hide around the shadows, try to conceal ourselves a little bit.
I take a look at them and I'm like, I'm pretty sure he can sense us, but okay.
I have a pocket dimension.
I just kind of like lean into Bantam and like, hey, get that dimension ready.
I'm just gonna use it. I'm gonna cast rope trick right now inside. Just like right inside the door. So
Okay.
I tuck away into that little alley. So
So it's just gonna be hanging out there in case we need it.
yeah, if you so the way the spell works is that it lasts an hour, and there's a rope hanging from a basically from like a small pocket dimension that can hold up to 8 medium or smaller creatures that last for an hour, and if you pull the rope into the dimension, it's invisible. You can't be seen from outside at all.
Okay. So yeah, as you kind of set up this kind of ornate, you do it rather quickly. Heximer, you're able to dip into that alleyway, especially with the storm kind of going on, and as the abbot grows closer, you see that his arms are out in front of him, and he holds kind of this big ornate bloom of, or a bouquet of flowers. And they're all these beautiful white flowers that you don't quite see until he gets closer to you, and they're just dripping down his arm, and these beautiful, healthy bouquet of flowers.
I'm gonna approach the abbot.
I'm gonna try to stop Persephone. I'm gonna hold my hand out and try to stop her.
Okay. Persephone, are you going to stop, or are we going to have to roll against you two?
I'd like to roll.
Taliesin, roll your perception. Persephone, roll your constitution, I guess?
I'm half tempted to just walk up to him myself.
Constitution?
While they're trying to outroll each other, I'm just gonna walk past. Not actually. Because I know you will make that happen, and I don't like that.
Just waiting on Janelle. All right. Persephone, you continue to walk forward. And the abbot walks right up towards you.
Hello, Abbot. I wasn't expecting to see you down here. Were you coming to meet with the Burgomaster and the Baroness?
He bows his head towards you very slowly, and he says, "Yes, Esmeralda has opened my eyes to the plight of our dear Burgomaster, and I just couldn't bear to stay up there and not help."
I'm sure they would love to receive some condolences for their loss. What beautiful flowers you have with you.
Oh, yes. It's the least I could do. Well, not the least I could do, but would you accompany me to the Burgomaster's?
Of course, Abbot. We were just actually talking about receiving a wedding dress as you have requested.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, first we'll deal with the most important matters, the ones of life and death, and then we'll move on to the wedding dress, the fun stuff. He just starts walking up to the Burgomaster's house, just right past you. He doesn't seem to be very observant of what's around him. He just kind of floats with this very weird grace up to the door of the Burgomaster. And he approaches the door, and you all notice a loud knock noise, and the door opens up, and he walks in with the large bouquet, and the door closes behind him.
But Persephone, you're in tow with him?
Yeah, I'm with him.
Okay, Persephone, you are you following him into the house?
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody else in tow right behind them, or is it just Persephone right now?
I was gonna stay observing them as they walked in, and then try to sneak in the house another way.
Okay. So, if you are outside of the house, you are pretty easily able to find a vantage point to look in. At first. Slowly, Persephone, as you follow him into the house, you start to notice that the curtains on the walls start to close shut. Very, very calmly. It doesn't feel like it feels like you have this sense of like almost like when you were doing your sending over at the Yester Tree, it was almost that same feeling of like the release. It's like a feeling of God. What is the word I'm trying to think of?
Relief?
Of like not appreciation, but
Like gratitude?
like yeah. Basically, the abbot is trying to be sensitive. So it seems the windows are closing so they can have a private moment. The
Considerate?
Yeah, I think that's the word I'm trying to use. I don't know.
Respectful? I don't know.
I'm gonna
I've been reading Dungeons and Dragons books. I forgot how to read. Have you seen how they spell some of these names? Give me a break.
I'm gonna I assume he's gonna go in, and I'm gonna be behind him, like not directly behind him, but like a ways behind him,
Okay.
closer to the door if possible.
Okay. Yeah, when you walk in, you are kind of standing up near the door. The door did absolutely close behind you on its own. And for those of you outside, I'm going to need a perception check. Okay, so you're inside of your little pocket dimension?
No, I think at least I'm still inside the house. I didn't scamper up into the dimension.
No, the dimension is inside the house. Like I put the dimension like pretty much directly above the front door inside.
Okay, regardless, I didn't go up there.
Okay.
Yeah, so Yoogan and Bantam were still inside the house, and I just rolled a 17 for perception. So.
Okay, so even though so even though the windows have been drawn shut, there's still ways for you guys to be able to either peek in through a window or listen up against a door, and you guys have a pretty good idea of what's going on inside. Persephone, as you enter, you see the abbot carrying this very large, beautiful bouquet of white flowers. And the Baroness and the Burgomaster rush in, and they say, Oh, you've blessed us with your presence. Thank you, Abbot. Why have you come to help us? Persephone, you watch as the Abbot walks in and says, Clear the table. The Baroness quickly goes and takes the things off of the dining room table, and he sets the bouquet of flowers down onto the table very gently. And with a wave of his hand, the illusion falls away, and the dead body of the Baroness and Burgomaster's son is laying on the table. The Baroness and the Burgomaster jump back and begin screaming and crying. And the abbot says, Please, today is a day of happiness. Don't fret, I'm here to help. And you see him kind of start to wave his hands over the dead body. You all absolutely hear the scream, and for sure know that something's going on inside. Taliesin, you're not getting an alert from your weapon, but I mean, your instincts are telling you, okay, wait, there's something going on here. Something's wrong. What are y'all doing?
Is the only way into the house the front door? I mean, other than like breaking a window, is the only door into the house the front door?
There's a front door and there is a back door.
I assume since I'm inside the house, I've seen all of this.
Yeah. Everybody's
Like, staring at a corpse on a table.
Yeah, and it's.
Sorry, was it the corpse that screamed, or was it the burgomaster and the baroness?
The Baroness.
Yeah, the corpse.
So the corpse
scream.
hasn't sing. Okay, the corpse didn't scream.
No, the corpse is very dead.
Okay.
It is only the beginning.
Drops a screaming corpse on the table.
That's next session. The screaming corpses are next session.
I'm gonna. So Heximer and I are the ones outside. So I'm gonna look around the house for Heximer.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to go up and kind of attempt to comfort the Baroness, and I'm gonna approach, or I'm gonna direct my attention to the abbot and just kind of persuade him, kind of be like, I'm just gonna tell him, it's very unusual to see a dead body, especially someone you love. Is there another way to do this where the Baroness and the Burgomaster don't have to be witnesses of this matter?
I'm gonna back up Persephone and go like, yeah, champion, can't you not dig him up in front of him?
The abbot's waving his hands, and he says, "They were there for the child's birth. They were there for the child's death. Why wouldn't they be here for the child's rebirth? It's the gift I bring."
Death makes people uncomfortable, sir.
But life brings joy. And he starts to raise his hands up. You start to see the cuts and the rotted flesh start to slowly kind of pull itself together. There's still no movement in the body, but the wounds are slowly closing up all over the body.
Oh God, this is horrifying, Persephone. I don't know what to do here.
Heximer, where are you at all this again?
I was kind of set up shop across the street. I don't know if I was like conscious of that or like the body. I know I heard the screaming, so I guess I'll look for Taliesin as well because I noticed he didn't go inside.
Give each other a little hug.
Would detect magic tell me what exactly it was that he's doing? By the way.
Yes.
So, Heximer, you find me kind of like reeling on the ground. I'm like holding my head.
Yes.
Looks like I'm in pain.
Am I sensing evil from what he's doing?
Absolutely not. Pure light.
Okay.
I kind of try and pull you to your feet. I'm like, get up, Taliesin, some shit's going down.
Yes, we need to get in there right now. Take care of the abbot.
Yoogan is looking upon this body reforming just in like absolute amazement, just hyper focused on everything that's happening.
I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay. Okay, so you I'm looking for it. Give me a second.
Can you give me a moment? I'm going to grab some mac and cheese real quick.
Yes. I'm going to tell you what type of magic he's casting, and then we can actually take a quick break if you want to. I know it's a cliffhanger moment, but...
Seriously?
Oh my god, this is one of the biggest chapters in the whole book for some reason. It does not need
Let's
to be.
skip half. Just dump us in at Strahd's castle. We'll see, we'll fill in the blanks.
Yes.
Land at the boss fight. Let's fucking do it.
Good lord.
Esmeralda's with us. We can't lose.
Is the oh no. That kind of confidence is what got me bit.
Oh, I don't think she has much of a plan at all so far.
No, she didn't even know he was celestial. Some vampire hunter.
So I don't know why this took me so long to figure out, but the spell is Raise Dead.
You couldn't. Like,
I love how
that.
Bantam's not
Okay,
even there.
there
so
is,
he didn't
like-
even hear it.
There is like 9 different spells in Dungeons and Dragons that have to do with bringing something back to life, temporarily bringing something back to life, bringing something that didn't exist into existence, or just putting a fucking tiger on a leash. There's like 14 different. Trust me.
Which one is raised dead?
Is that the one that brings the dead back to
Well,
life?
there's
I don't
Raise
know.
Dead, there's
Tiger on
Animate
a
Dead.
chain.
So Raise Dead is very different than like summon undead, or bringing something back to life as a different thing, like a ghoul or a revenant or something like that. But this is just straight up 100%. He is raised dead. He is going to bring this child back to life.
Yeah, so Bantam, you walked away, but he's casting Raise Dead.
Oh yeah, I heard. That's why I came back.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Break now, right?
Do you guys want to take a quick break?
Well, Janelle's not back, so
I'm here, but I need to use the bathroom as well.
Yeah, I would like
Break
to.
time.
Yeah, we've been streaming for 2 hours.
No shit, really?
Yo, someone on our chat, Skelly Pops, says that one guy sounds mad cute.
That is, we all know who that is.
Who is that?
It's me. I'm the one that sounds mad.
Adorable. All right, kids, we're going to take a quick break here. Maybe 10 minutes.
Don't touch that dial.
Somebody please touch that dial.
All right, so
Touch it. Little stuff.
10 minutes works.
love you all. Be back.
Okay. What a time to take a break.
No, I'm not single. I'm in a loving relationship with you, Skelly. Okay, BRB after.
What's the matter? What happened?
Depends on how good that roll for Arcana/Perception was to see if I could control. So yeah,
There are. You're talking about the monk
Ah, yes, it is time to return to the land of Barubable.
Barubable.
There is a Barubable.
The Curse of Strahd.
Yo, question though, Cross. Should I change my character's name for tomorrow?
I like your name.
Okay. I was just wondering about if maybe it was a little too, weird.
Why?
I don't know. Like it just kind of you have to say it a bunch throughout the campaign. So if I thought I'd give you the opportunity.
Oh no, I actually really like it. Like.
All right, fair enough. It honestly, just to be completely honest with you, it was originally a placeholder name, and I just liked it. So, yeah.
No, I have no problem. I mean, already like I've been thinking about, like how to narrate for various characters and stuff, and I mean, your character's name comes right off the tongue. So.
Hey, I love alliteration. That's why I have Yoogan Grimblebrick on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. How's your mac and cheese, Janelle?
It's great. I haven't had it in quite some time.
Nice.
Also, shameless plug. Everybody should buy an Instapot. It's so worth it.
We are, I think, sponsored by Instapot at this point. I think that's official, isn't it?
It is now, apparently.
The Curse of Strahd, the official D&D playthrough of Instapot.
I really mucked it up today.
Oh my gosh, Janelle, I'm so scared.
Why are you scared?
I wish Esmeralda would tell us some more stuff.
I'm excited. I am not scared.
I'm excited, but I have Taliesin has to deal with some stuff now.
Yeah, and Taliesin can get bent.
You're going to start the fight. You're going to have to start the fight.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Whole new world, Taliesin.
I only have 4 points left in lay on hands. I already have used 2 spell slots.
My Armor of Agathis is still active, so.
You watch your mouth.
Taliesin, yeah. You better be careful with your next moves here.
Ooh.
Donald, did you do this on purpose? Is this in the book or was this you? You don't have to answer that. I'm just, you know what I'm getting at.
See, you started DMing. You're already skeptical of everything I've done and said. Every single thing I've ever said to you, you're like, you fucking liar. This book right here, I've just been setting it here to put my drink on this whole time. I haven't cracked it open.
Can I? No, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I mean, for Icewind Dale, I've already told you guys, I've changed a lot about it, so.
Donald, can I meet Helm already? Is he alive? Hello?
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 Hello? No, he's dead. Okay, we're getting back. Is everybody back, by the way? Everybody pee, everybody. Do you need a glass of water?
I got my beer, I'm happy.
Alright. Okay, holy shit. I cannot believe we just played for 2 hours straight. That did not feel like that long at all.
No, I didn't, I guess.
Alright, so the abbot is in the middle of casting Raise Dead on this child that he has just brought in and dropped onto the kitchen table. Scared the shit out of me. Thank you, Okami. You scared the goddamn shit out of me. Sorry, go ahead.
So, with Heximer, I'm going to look for the back door into the house and see if I can open it.
Yes. So the back door, it is... make a strength check for me.
Oh, I absolutely want to roll to kick the door down.
You both
Be
can
my
do it.
guest.
Both of you
I
give
don't
me
know.
a strength check with advantage
Oh. Okay.
because you're
How
helping
do
each
I
other.
punch that into here?
Did you say how? Why didn't
What's
that
wrong
work?
with advantage again?
2 d20s.
Oh.
Rolling 1. 1.
Yeah, that was not. There.
Okay.
12.
I'll just take that. Yeah.
Well, roll one more time just in case you crit.
Yeah.
You could take this door off the motherfucking hinges. Don't worry, you still do. Taliesin, you give the back door a good kick, and Heximer hears you kicking the door, and both of you just in tandem, bam, blast the just back door completely off its hinges. The burgomaster jumps up and runs into the room. He pulls out, halfway through pulling out his scimitar at his side, and he sees you at the back door. And what the hell was all that about?
We heard screaming.
We heard screaming coming from the kitchen.
He says, yes, just hurry in. And he rushes past you, pushes you inside, and looks out the back door, and you see him kind of drag a small bookshelf kind of in the way of the door to keep out as much weather as possible. You enter the house, and you see the abbot casting this spell on this child, and the room is just filled with this calm light. By the time you reach inside, the mother is less... she's kind of pressed up against the wall, just in total shock. You can't read her. She's just flush. Blank canvas.
So I kind of saunter into the room with my head hung low, and I still have the armor of Agathis on me, which is these ice crystals that form over me. So I'd like to say that the room gets a little bit colder when I enter, and I look up at the abbot, and my eyes are black. Abbot, I cannot abide by this, and I hold my spear out to him. And, well, not my spear, my glaive, and it's a conjured glaive. And it kind of shimmers with this icy frost on it as an extension from the armor that's on my body.
The abbot turns towards you, and he is still waving his hands above and just being very almost theatrical about it. And he turns and he says, "So you wish this child dead, then?"
He is already dead. It is not your place to bring him back.
Yoogan is going to whip out his rapier, and he's going to match the tip of his rapier to the tip of the spear. And he's going to kind of put a little bit of pressure against it as much as he can. And he's just going to say, Taliesin, you need to back off this. You need to stop what you're doing.
I will not. And I kind of flick your rapier away.
And with a quick movement, I bring my hand back to it, and Taliesin, I'm warning you. Don't get in the way of this.
The Baroness steps forward and she says, "All of you, stop or get out. This is not your decision." And she's shaking. The Burgomaster stands behind you with a very stern look in his eye and his hand on his weapon. And he's just staring daggers at Taliesin.
I just want to turn to them kind of like an exasperated voice. Is this truly what you want? To see him ripped from his final place and come back to life? Will he be the same person? And then I want to roll perception or persuasion for that, if possible.
Okay, you roll persuasion for that. Taliesin, what were you going to say?
I was going to turn back to the Baroness while still holding my spear out at the abbot. And I was going to tell her, it is sad, your son has gone, but it is not right to bring him back into this world. Pulling his spirit from the afterlife, it disrupts the natural order. This is not how you maintain this is not how you get a soul. This would not make your son happy. This might bring you a moment of peace, but not from him. And I gesture to the abbot, especially because he serves Strahd. We already mentioned that to you tonight. Do you really want that?
And Yoogan's just gonna speak up like, Abyss your natural order. If you have the chance to bring someone back, you should go for it. You should try, at the very least.
You should not. And I turn down and I look at Yoogan with my black eyes.
And you just see a dwarf just staring daggers back at you.
The room grows cold as the body on the table loses its color once again, and the abbot lowers his hands down. The Baroness begins to scream, and she rushes forward and begins to clutch her son against her. And she says, "Please, please, God, please don't stop." The abbot turns towards Taliesin and says, "You're wrong, you know, about this whole place. When you die here, if you were lucky enough to have a soul, your soul just gets crammed inside of another one of these Barovians, and you live, and you die, and the endless cycle continues. Whether your soul comes back into a new body or into the same one, you're trapped here forever."
I recognize that, and I seek to correct it.
And how would you do that?
I shoot an Eldritch Blast off to the side of the abbot. We seek to do that by ridding the land of Strahd.
And
Then we
Yoogan-
fight on the same side.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Yoogan.
Sorry, I was just gonna say he kind of retracts his rapier away from the glaive just for a moment.
I'm still holding it out.
I know. Yoogan is kind of hesitating a little bit now.
You fight on the same side, and how is that?
Oh, well, I know Strahd quite personally. Hundreds of years ago, he came to me, right here at this abbey. He came in disguise, but of course I knew it was him. He turns towards the child that's laying on the table, and the abbot goes and puts his hand over, and the dead body morphs into what looks to be what you've seen of Strahd, but as a younger man. Still dead and motionless on the table. The Baroness jumps back, slamming up into the wall again, collapsing to her knees at the visage of Strahd, where her dead son lays. And the abbot says, "He was a young man, just coming to his own. Very powerful. He spoke to me about his loneliness. about his regrets. All he ever wanted was someone to love him. The abbot turns away very dramatically, and the body on the table turns back into the dead body of the son. Taliesin, you see the light that's coming from him starts to fill the room again, and you all feel the warmth coming back into the room. And he turns and he says, "If I am to deliver Strahd, the perfect bride, then his broken heart will be free again." And he
I'm still holding... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm still holding my glaive out, but I say, I hate to break it to you, Abbot, but there's only one soul that he is after, and it is not anything that you can provide him.
Oh, yes. Where is Irina, by the way?
I'm not telling you that.
Oh, I was asking you. I know where she is. He turns towards the body on the table again, and he begins to cast Raise Dead. And you see the wounds on the child almost completely seal up. And you have just a moment to respond before you can tell that this spell will be cast.
I'm gonna throw my glaive at him.
I'm gonna tackle Taliesin.
Taliesin,
before Taliesin can make a move.
Yoogan, make a dexterity check.
Okay.
Taliesin, roll an attack. Let's see how this goes.
Oh my god! Of course.
I critted.
Damn.
Oh wow!
That's the worst
Holy
roll off
shit.
I've ever had.
Okay. Yeah, Taliesin, you, I would imagine, fly into a fury and throw your glaive at the abbot. The glaive certainly strikes true, and you see the abbot stop for just a moment. And with almost a twitched response, he turns back towards you. And the robes that he's wearing fall away onto the ground. The body and face turn statuesque. Perfect humanoid build. The robes fall to the ground. The room fills with light. The abbot's eyes glow with a piercing light as two wings erupt from his back, and a golden mace forms in his hand. Standing before you is a diva, an angelic being, celestial. He turns to Taliesin and says, "That wasn't very kind of you." You see the body on the table heal as this white light erupts into the room. I need everybody in the room to make a dexterity check.
Remember that you get +4 to checks if you are within 10 feet of me.
Mm-hmm. I would say everybody would be in range.
I'm in a pocket dimension?
Are you watching what's going on?
Yeah, I am watching what's going on. I'm peeking, I'll be honest.
Yeah, you definitely need to roll. So
Thank you, Persephone.
you are shielding your eyes from the bright light. Okay. Taliesin. Heximer, was that a one for you as well? 11? An 11? Okay. So, 11 and 6. Taliesin and Heximer. The white light erupting out of him does not jive with your dark sensibilities. Not even a little bit.
My retinas.
The both of you are blinded.
It's a good thing I dove at Taliesin and missed.
I need everybody to roll initiative.
But like, what if one of us tried to defend him? Does that still mean I have to fight him? I really don't want to fight him.
In your turn initiative does not necessarily mean you are attacking.
Okay, fair enough. I wanted to make that clear.
Okay, let me get out this other book over here. Oh my god, you guys are so fucking unpredictable. I just love D&D so much, guys.
Oh god, nat fail on my initiative. That's fine.
That's gonna happen. It's okay.
Yeah, I have advantage on initiative, and I always roll like a 7 and an 8, a 9 and a 10.
Okay, so read off to me 20 to 25. Anybody? Looks like Heximer got an 18.
Yes, indeed.
Bantam got a 17, right?
I got a 10, but I think I'm still second place.
Yes. Yeah, you are. So Bantam, Persephone, Taliesin.
Oh, you're rolling. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I got an 8.
Okay. I think I mixed up Persephone and Taliesin. If I fuck up that order, I apologize. And then Yoogan.
And when you get a chance, can you put us inside?
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of you. I'm missing someone.
We're inside where?
Inside
Sorry.
the house? Because I'm not inside the house.
I'm not even looking at the house.
We don't. There is not a house one.
We're using our
Okay.
map.
Let me. I can put one together in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, do you have the dropout for Roll20 where you can put the initiative order like directly onto our screen?
I have never done that before, but I'm sure I could probably figure it out real quick. Chris?
Oh, for next time. For next time.
Chris
No
can
worries.
do
I
it.
just wanted
Chris
to-
knows how.
Yeah, you just right-click on our tokens and then add turn, and then it puts us in the initiative tracker.
On the turn.
Yep.
Okay. Let me go ahead and do that.
And then
All
you
right.
just plug in what our initiative was, and then it'll order us.
So for the sake of mappage and all that, I am going to, if you guys don't mind, we are going to use the map for the Burgomaster's Mansion from before,
Oh, okay.
because they would be similar. They would
Makes
go
sense.
here. Everybody here. All right, we're gonna meet on this bottom floor here. Okay. Again, I have just gonna use that section for this. Give me a moment. I'm going to get my tokens out. You all get your tokens out.
Was that the hallway?
Which one's the bottom floor?
The very bottom one.
Cool.
So this here would be the kitchen table that the dead body is laying on.
Here's the back door.
Back door would be this this one over here. This is your front door here, the big one. I know it's a little backwards, topsy-turvy, but we're used to that at this point, I think. Yeah, dead body is on the table. I'm trying to find all of my tokens, yeah. And then we have...
I was next to the Baroness, where she may be. Maybe she moved because...
She is over there. I'm just trying to get her...
Oh. Could we use Persuasion as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Well.
Usually, like speech and stuff like that, it's up to the DM, but it doesn't have to take an action.
Oh, can it be free? I'm just screaming, why?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, okay.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. Okay, I'm just trying to find tokens for these things. Excuse me, just a moment. Chris, were you the one I was saying we should do a game where it's like 2 people are DMing?
Yeah.
One person can do one thing, the other person can do the other, because this is maddening trying to do this on the fly. Because you guys always surprise me. Premium. Okay, alright, got it. Okay. Token. I just need a fucking...
Well, how are you liking that couch? Tiny, huh?
It's tiny, but like I kind of like leather. I feel like it stays more refreshing during the summer. It's an experience with leather couches, though, because most people like hate leather couches for the summer. I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, because if you sweat, you're like stuck to it, and you gotta peel yourself off.
Okay, I haven't hung out in it
Well,
enough to.
All right, this is the wife here. This is the husband here. You see him?
Yes.
And then oh my god, we're gonna there we go. I'm pretty sure that's a Star Trek man, but for now it's gonna work. Oh, it's a child. Okay, and that's the that's the dead body. The best on the table as I could possibly put it. Okay. What a mess. Okay. At the beginning of the turn order, the diva turns, mace in hand, and goes to attack Taliesin.
Big surprise.
You did instigate.
That is going to be 27 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. This one is going to be... Oh, Jesus.
I don't have a character made yet. In case we die.
Taliesin, first attack towards you, hits for 14 damage. 14 radiant damage. The second attack is a 8, 22 to hit.
Oh god.
11 points of radiant damage.
All right.
Heximer, you see the angelic form just start to pummel Taliesin. Well, I guess you didn't see it because you're blinded.
Thanks.
Never mind, you didn't see shit.
I could hear it.
You heard it.
Probably telepathically sense his pain. I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions.
What is it?
Calm Emotions. I attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. Each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point I choose within range must make a charisma saving throw. A creature can choose to save this throw for witches. If a creature fails its saving throw, choose one of the 2 following effects. Basically, alternatively, you can make a target indifferent towards creatures of your choice that is hostile towards. Basically, I'm trying to calm the Deva down.
Okay.
De-escalate.
So I need to roll a charisma check.
Yes, it's charisma 15. Plus anybody else in a 20-foot radius, centering here. So if
You should
anybody
do
else is
the-
trying to start some shit.
Yeah, Burgomaster.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you
if
want-
everybody's within 10 feet of you, Persephone, then everybody's definitely within a 20-foot radius of that center of that table.
Yeah. Do you want Taliesin to make a check?
Yes.
I got a 15.
The Burgomaster and the Abbot save. She does not. The wife.
So she's calm.
She's just gaining her composure. Which is good, because out of everybody, she was losing it second crazy. Second most.
Can I double down and kind of step next to Dave and go, whoa, 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 whoa?
Next to who?
You said it was a Deva?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I want to roll to de-escalate verbally if I can.
Okay, roll persuasion. Jesus Christ.
Trying to make sure we don't die.
Okay. The angelic form turns towards you, and well, what do you say to him specifically? What do you say to him?
I kind of like run in. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, he got a good one in. You got a good one in. Let's just settle this amicably. Nobody wants to tear apart the Burgomaster's house. Least of all the Burgomaster in front of a dead body. There has to be some way we can actually settle this properly.
He turns back towards Taliesin and says, "Will you let me do my work? Or will I have to use force again?"
I look at him straight in the eyes. And I tell him, can you assure me that death and undeath here are any different than death and undeath outside of Barovia?
Oh, very interesting. He steps back for a moment. It's very interesting. I did learn all of my priestly ways out in the world outside of this place. And it's been quite some time. Who's to say that after this curse is broken, Who's to say that this realm will even exist at all? Who's to say that any of this matters even a little bit? What is your concern with life and death here anyways?
I am the harbinger of the dead. From your abbey, I took the spirit of a Barovian woman from one of the flesh golems and I freed her. Sure, she may be stuck still here in Barovia, I'm not entirely sure, but she's no longer part of that prison of flesh. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it all out on my own, but I speak for my patron. I must do as my pact commands me. And my pact is to stake out on death anywhere and prevent it from happening and let the natural order of death occur. If something is dead, it is dead and done, and that's it. Its soul goes on to where it belongs. The plane of existence, you should recognize that as a celestial.
So, then the child dies.
The child was already dead.
I speak up, and I'm like, Abbott, will you leave this body to rest after death has become it? I don't know if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Will you leave this body alone and let it rest and re-enter the earth?
I must turn. She turns around to the mother and says, "What is it that you will? This is your son. You've brought him into this world. It seems that this choice is only yours to make." The mother stops and she turns towards him and says, "Do it. Do it now." And she walks to the other side of the room. Oh shit, sorry. God damn it. She walks to the other side of the room, to the other, next to Heximer here, and she grabs her son's hand. And the burgomaster steps next to the abbot and raises his scimitar up with a shaking hand towards Taliesin. It seems like the only people here who should have a say in the matter have spoken. What say you, Taliesin?
I look around at the party one by one, seeing the looks on their faces. Everyone describe what you want me to get out of looking at your face.
Let's go down the line. You can...
Just more glaring. Honestly, daring you to try and step in again. This time he might help the angel kill you.
Thoughts of this?
Persephone is torn because she is friends with Taliesin.
And you know. No.
Yeah. I do know, but I guess I don't understand maybe the depth of it, and I'm just like, it's just one person. It could be good. Like, I get it, but...
Bantam, where you at, bud? What are you thinking?
See, I want this to be serious, but like I'm peeking Scooby-Doo style out of a pocket dimension, like. So I'm gonna creep out of the pocket and I'm just staring at the body, and I'm kind of shaking. I'm torn, but I'm feeling a lot of emotions. I'm gonna react to something in a big way if something were to happen.
Okay. And Heximer.
I'm trying to convey as much as possible, like, hey man, I've calmed the room down once. If you step into this, it's on you.
Taliesin will look at the Baron and the Baroness and the Abbot. He lowers his glaive, and then I'd like to attempt to just leave the room. Without a word.
Okay. You can... The Abbot moves out of your way. The celestial image of him kind of falls away, and the robes kind of materialize back on him. The room calms down, and without giving you a second glance, he approaches the child.
I walk out of the house.
Okay. You all are still in the room, and you see the Abbot walk up to the side of the child and finish the spell. Persephone, you feel this warmth and this light enter into the room, and it's very similar to the feeling you felt when Lamia was helping you focus on your holy symbol. You just feel this kind of rush of adrenaline as the room fills with this holy light, and the mother starts to cry out loud, incohesive, and you guys see as the child on the table begins to stir and make noises. The father runs up to his side as well, and the child's eyes crack open, and the two parents stand on either side of the table, holding on to either one of his hands, and they are in the room, all tears. The Abbot turns towards Persephone and bows his head, and he says, "Well, I do apologize that got so messy, but I have a very important guest coming tomorrow night. Is there a wedding dress around here that I could possibly take with me?"
I don't think we retrieved it, but I think I point back to the closet.
Yeah. He kind of turns around and just very hastily goes through a couple of the closets along the hallway, and finds it in a garment bag. The Baroness and the Burgomaster don't even pay him any mind, and the Abbot begins to walk out the front door.
Yoogan is going to chase after him.
Okay.
So is he already out the front door, or is he?
Just inside. Just inside here.
Okay. So Yoogan's gonna run after him and be like, wait. Can you do that again?
Do what again, darling?
Can you bring someone back?
Well, that depends. Do you have a body for me?
I could find one. I can find something, anything. But you could you bring someone back?
Sure. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help.
Can I come with you?
Sure. I'm heading back to the Abbey. It's quite a walk, and I am quite an old man. He winks at you and kind of, with a flourish, almost like nothing happened, the door opens up and he begins to walk just down the road, just like any old little man.
I'm gonna follow him, just kind of keeping up with him the whole time. Just kind of picking his brain about the process, really. So.
Okay.
I don't know if I can have that conversation with everybody yet.
Yeah, we'll do. We can, if you want to, we can. Let's go back in this room real quick. What are the three of you doing in this room?
I have a question. This is for character knowledge, I guess. Because my backstory was me helping injured people or whatever.
Yeah.
Do I know how long blindness lasts? Like, is this something that lasts for a long time, or like how long rest heal it?
It was a temporary blindness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a flashbang.
Yeah. Just like a puff of white light.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave them to their. I'm gonna leave everybody here, and I'm gonna rush out to go look for Taliesin.
Okay. Bantam and Heximer, you guys are still in that room, right?
Yeah, I just kind of dust myself off and look over the room. I assume the kid's still kind of coming to on the table.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just kind of look around, just kind of shake myself off and be like, what the fuck? And I turn and leave. Out the back door, which I kicked in.
Yep. Okay. Bantam?
I'm gonna walk over to the Baroness. I'm gonna pat her on the back of the leg, and I'm gonna say, I'm so happy you've got it back. And I'm gonna go find Taliesin.
Okay. All right. So Persephone and Bantam, as you leave, you can't seem to immediately find where Taliesin went off to. Do you guys have a guess as to where you would like to go check for him?
Is there a cemetery here, or like maybe the pond?
The cemeteries are all on family plots, so there's not really one grave in a specific place.
I cast light on my shield and kind of do this motion to like light up the area, see if I can see them, and then I think that I'm gonna go to the pond.
Okay, Bantam, are you gonna join her at the pond?
Yeah, that was my first thought, is to go to the pond.
Okay. So, Yoogan, you begin to make your way up very slowly up the path with the abbot. And he's kind of repeating what he's already told you. He says, he took over the Abbey long ago. A mysterious, young, strikingly strong man used to come and be an apprentice there at the Abbey. He would come and help, and eventually he revealed himself as Strahd and gave the abbot this story of how he's so lonely and so terribly sad and feels trapped. And the abbot tells you that the woman that you guys met previously was in fact a creation. He says, yes, I've named her Vasilka, and she is a beautiful creation of mine. And he holds up the wedding dress, and the wedding dress is kind of old and tattered, but you watch, even in the moonlight, you see him kind of brush it off, and the dress returns to its former glory. The beads and pearls shining in the purple moonlight. And he says, there's only so much time now before Strahd will come and accept this gift, and we'll all be happy once again.
Well, that's extraordinary, but does Vasilka have a soul? Did you just put one in there?
Oh, Vasilka has many souls. All of my creations do.
Several? How can you fit so many into one body?
Well, I only create my creations out of those who had a soul before. It's easier to trap souls into a body if they had one previously. Which reminds me, you said you'd like me to bring somebody back.
Yeah, but what if I have a soul without a body?
Ah, much more difficult. The easy answer is get a body. Anyone will do.
Understandable. So, does it need to have had a soul before?
That's entirely up to you. It'll have a soul afterwards. Right? What does it matter?
Of course. I wonder about the process. I mean, the idea of bringing them back it's tantalizing, but not if it's at their risk.
Well, I'll tell you what. You find me a suitable body, and I will go and get my bride ready. And tomorrow we will have much to celebrate.
Yeah, I think we will. Safe travels. I'll see you in the morning.
Of course. He begins to continue up the hill. He's seemingly with a grace that's a little bit quicker. Okay. Back at the Heximer, back at the house, where did you head off to?
I went to go find a quiet spot to try again to commune with darkness.
Okay. So you take a moment to meditate. You have a couple minutes before you start to see a vision of the Kreskov line, the family that you just saw bring their son back. You have a vision of all three of them standing in a black void, and the sun, the image of the sun standing in the middle of them is that of the dead body, and in the background behind them you see the abbot in almost an alternate reality where he didn't bring the sun back. The body of the sun falls away into dust, and you see the parents both take out their weapon and slit their own throats. It jolts you kind of back awake. And you feel as though you've kind of seen possibly what might have been, or it could have been just a trick of your mind. You can't quite make it out yet. All right. So, it's very late at night at this point. The abbot starts to walk up to the front gate of the abbey. And he turns and says, "If you'd want to find me," he says to the night air. He says, "If there's something you'd like to settle, follow the music, and I will be there." He continues to walk through the silent night, through the creaky, squeaky door, and his light disappears into the abbey. You guys have the night. Again, the Burgomaster's house is open if anybody would like to just crash and stay there. All of Kresk is basically asleep, so is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I want to find Taliesin.
Yoogan's gonna go find a mortuary.
Okay. There really isn't much around here. It's literally all residentials, and they kind of work on their own land. So there's no shops, no tavern, no anything like that. Most of your amenities will be here at the Burgomaster's house. If you would like to go and search around for graves, you could basically find graves scattered throughout. And there's not really a place where they store the bodies. They're very much so efficient people, so they just bury them whenever they die.
Okay. Then I'm gonna search for a fresh grave. Freshest.
Okay, roll an investigation check, and roll an investigation, and roll a stealth check. With advantage on your stealth because it is in the middle of the night. Taliesin.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Would you like to discuss?
So, I'm sitting in the bushes outside the gate of the Abbey, and I'm waiting to hear music.
Okay. So, Persephone, when you went to the pond, you didn't see anything there. You weren't able to find Taliesin. Taliesin had gone up the path. So he has made it up to the top of the hill and hid out from the abbot. However, the abbot did recognize him. And the night air is still very cold, but you begin to hear violin music. It's not great, but it's violin music. And it's coming from inside.
I forgot how to roll for advantage.
2d20.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Whoops.
So you take the highest of those and then add your modifier. So it would be a 20. Soft 20.
Yeah.
I turn around. Do I run into Bantam?
Yeah, you guys are still in the same spot there. Go ahead.
Well, we were at the...
Oh, yeah, sorry. Bantam, did you follow her to the pond?
I mean, I made the decision, I would say, at the same time as her. I don't know.
I assume we kind of found each other, or I was ahead of you until I stopped and turned around and literally ran into you. I say to Bantam, like, well, he's not here. Where do you want to look? Or just want to give up?
I want to find him. I have questions for him.
And I have words. Yeah. You said that we hear the music?
No, you guys don't. Chris does. Taliesin hears it. You guys are way down the mountain. You guys are like 600 feet away.
Right.
You guys are really far.
I don't think Persephone would have thought to go up to the Abbey.
Back to the Abbey? Okay. That's fine.
Then I'm gonna say to Bantam, like, I need to commune. I don't know where else he could be. Can you see in the dark? Can you find him?
I'm going to try. Until I do or don't.
Do you have a little trinket? I can cast light on it and you can use it as like a lamp.
Let me see what I have. Yeah, I'll just give you my coin of returning.
I just tap it. Those tap lights.
Cool. I'm gonna do a mage hand, and I'm just gonna like hold it betwixt two fingers, just like a couple of feet in front of me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sit down near the edge of the pool, and just kind of meditate for a while, and then I'm gonna go back to the Burgomaster's house, unless something happens.
Yeah, Janelle, roll a religion check for me. Bantam, where are you going?
I wouldn't have thought to check the Abbey either. I don't think. I guess I'll go to the wall.
Roll a perception check for me.
$11.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. There is quite a heavy fog, and it is quite chilly, very cold. Where are you heading towards?
I wanted to go to the wall to see if I could get like a vantage point. And like just be somewhere high. I'm assuming this is like a guard tower.
Yes. So the wall in that area. Oh, sorry, baby. Is 20 feet high. So.
Like
So you'd get a pretty good eye of Kresk itself, but you can't really see anything going up all the way up here.
Okay.
Very well. Okay. So we are going to go to Taliesin. Taliesin, you approach the gate here. Go ahead.
And I just open it.
Okay.
Care little about the sound that it makes.
Yeah, it lets out this really loud squeaking sound, but inside of the Abbey walls, you only hear the violin playing.
So I'll follow the violin music.
Okay. You notice it's coming from... Oh, let me check. I always forget the map is all sideways. The sound is coming from... Both of these maps are the wrong way. There we go. The sound of the violin is coming from the tower closest to you.
So like that's the room where we met the Silka.
That is... it's coming from the same tower, but it sounds like it's coming from higher up.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go up to the front doors of the Abbey, like that enters the courtyard, to see if I can walk in.
Okay. As you step forward and reach for the doors click open before your hands touch them.
I'll stand back just a little bit.
Okay.
And look for if anyone's coming through, or if they just opened by themselves.
You walk in and you see, here in the courtyard, you see the abbot and Vasilka dancing silently in the snow.
I just kind of speak up to him and I say, I don't want to harm you, Abbot, and I'm not here to fight with you. I just want to talk.
He stops. Vasilka unmoving, still as death. She stands and stares at you. And the abbot turns towards you, says, "Well, of course. By all means, come. Let's talk."
And I'll put my glaive on my back as a sign of, peace.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He comes in, and he doesn't seem to motion towards anything. He just stands in the snow, staring at you. He says, "Well, let's speak."
So, may I ask what a celestial is doing here in Barovia of all places? Was it Strahd that brought you here? Did his loneliness draw you in?
I was here long before the veil closed out everything from here. I saw the Abbey. It needed a savior. It needed someone like me. And then I met Strahd. So misunderstood. So young and innocent he was. I felt for him. He was just lonely. I do truly believe that this bride will bring us all happiness.
Have you spoken with Strahd or seen him recently, within the past year?
Oh, yes. Who do you think asked me to make this beautiful creature?
I just wanted to confirm, because he seems to be a very different man than he used to be 400 years ago.
Oh, surely time doesn't mean anything to him. I dream of the day he comes and claims his bride. He begins to start dancing with her again, and he stops, And he turns towards you and says, "And I don't think anybody is going to get in between us again."
We have no intention of stopping you from giving him his bride. Let me assure you of that. But one thing I would like to clarify. You mentioned that we are on the same side, trying to free Barovia of this. Is this your way of doing that? By appeasing Strahd's loneliness?
Of course. It's the most humble, kind-hearted thing I could possibly think of. You sitting here before me, telling me of the morality of life and death. I give life. You give death. And you speak to me on the morality of these things. You poor, poor human. I feel sorry for you.
I may give death when the need arises, but my true purpose is to direct those who die to their proper place. That is what my patron wills of me, and I serve Corvus as much as I can, to my dying breath.
Could you say the same for your patron? See, what if that child down there at the bottom of this wretched place grows into a strong leader, pulls us out of this depression himself? What if that then? What if not someone who's inspired by him? What if the very place that soul should be is supposed to be in that body, and not rotting away in your patron's bag? How is that?
Riddle me this. What if you pulled his soul from the plane of Celestia itself, stripping him from his heaven and bringing him back down to earth? Is that fair? Is that moral?
Again, that's interesting. I felt you pull a soul directly out of my construct. You doing the same thing, just slightly different. And you can't see the irony in it.
I just put the souls where they belong. I don't
So
that.
do I. And he turns and begins to walk away quite defiantly.
We will see you tomorrow then.
We surely will. He goes back in at the doors opening and slamming behind him without him touching him.
And I'll lead the Abbey.
As you leave, the bells start to toll, echoing through the night. Is there anything else anybody would like to do? Basically, where is everybody heading for the night, I guess?
Did my religion check do anything?
What was your religion check? It was
11.
11. When you sit down to meditate, you get kind of the same feeling that you got with Taliesin, except in your mind's eye, that black and that white energy swirls together, and you find yourself again very unsure about where you stand in all this. You definitely have some conflict in your heart, and it doesn't quite get resolved right away. Irina and Ismark are kind of sitting outside of the burgomaster's house, just kind of like speaking to each other about what's happened. I know Irina and Ismark would definitely be keeping an eye out for you guys after all this.
I go back to the burgomaster's house to encourage people to leave the burgomaster and the baroness into their house and like take shelter among the orchard.
Okay. Yeah, for the first time, when you approach the burgomaster's house, the doors are locked. Just from your passive perception, they've left one of the front windows open, and you can see the three of them sitting around the table. The boy's back is to you, and the two parents are doting over him, and they're eating quite a bountiful little meal. But yeah, you'll have to find somewhere else to bunker down for the night.
I'll make a little place right here.
Okay.
Actually, is there a house right here? I'll do it over here. Away from the house.
Okay. Does anybody else would like to do anything before the end of the night? Taliesin, what were your...
I was going to say I was going to do one last thing. Basically just meander my way down back to the pond and commune with Codus.
Okay. So... roll, I guess an roll your Arcana check for me. Yoogan, where are you at?
I guess with an investigation of 14 and a roll of stealth of 20, looking for a body.
Oh, yes. So you are able to find a relatively fresh grave. There was two kind of fresh graves. One of them is the body of an elderly man, dressed in just whatever clothes the poor man died in. And then you find the body of a young girl who's probably about 14. It looks like was killed in some kind of accident. The leg is broken, and the stomach seems to have been gored out by some kind of animal. But it looks like there's enough there to do something with it.
Okay. Then I take the body of the young girl, and kind of, as I'm like reburying the plot, I'm just gonna kind of whisper under breath, like, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, I have to do this.
Okay, where do you hunker down for the night?
Up top, I'm gonna make camp by the front gates of the Abbey.
Okay, so that does take you quite a while to do all those things, so you would not have crossed paths with Taliesin at all. You would be pretty much making it up to the top of the Abbey here. I would say probably a couple hours before the sun starts coming up. So hauling it all the way up there, digging it, all that has taken some time. Taliesin. Well, real quick, Persephone, where are you?
Can't hear you, Janelle.
Sorry, I'm gonna say that I'm with Irina. It is marked down here. Getting ready for bed, I guess.
Oh, right. Okay. Bantam's BRB. Heximer, where are you at? Oh, Bantam's here.
I am in the middle of this woodsy area, trying one more time to get my squid god to speak.
Okay. You see him, make a perception check for me. It's gotta be pretty good.
Gotta find my modifiers. I should have this memorized by now.
Okay. So you see your weird little squiddly guy intently looking at something in the darkness, kind of far away from where you are. It catches your attention, and in the darkness, you see a short figure dragging a kind of like a large bag behind him, making his way up the path. You can't see exactly who it is, but you know it's someone of short stature carrying a large, seemingly heavy bag.
I will watch and follow the figure from the shadows.
Okay, roll a stealth check. Okay, so as you start to trail behind this figure, Yoogan, you make it up to this front gate here, and you hear behind you somebody following you. You see a shadow dip into the darkness, but you are very much aware that someone is following you.
I'm gonna immediately drop the bag, and I'm gonna fire an arrow in the general direction of the shadow. Okay,
so make your attack roll. Heximer is hidden, so you would roll at a disadvantage.
Okay, what is disadvantage again rolling? I'm sorry.
2d20, take the lowest of the two.
Okay. So 18.
Okay. 18 does hit Heximer's AC, don't it? What's your AC? It's 16, right?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, roll your damage.
Okay.
Crit. Come on, everybody.
Okay. That's 1d8 plus 3.
I haven't forgot about you, Taliesin.
Crit.
Oh, you scared the shit out of me. 2d20. Okay, so isn't that weird how it does that? 18, 16. Okay. Rolling 1d8 plus 3. So, yeah. Heximer, you take 11 damage from the attack. It's your action to do whatever you'd like.
I step out of the shadows, pull the arrow out of my arm, and go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I should be asking you the same thing. You just sneak around all night, just walking up on people, mind their own business?
I'm not the one dragging a suspiciously shaped bag through the forest at night, buddy.
Well, it's none of your business, so maybe you should go back in the woods before I shoot you again.
Ridiculous. What's in the bag?
None of your business, like I said.
Well, you keep going along what you're doing. I'm gonna stand right here.
Well enough.
Big day tomorrow, buddy.
Yep. Lot to celebrate, so I hear.
That's what they keep telling me. So how about that scene with the Deva?
It was pretty rough. Taliesin's still acting like a spoiled fool, I see.
What's your beef with him?
What isn't my beef with him? He's just kind of a stuck-up, mystic man who thinks he can tell us how to live.
Yeah, fair deal.
So Yoogan, while kind of giving Heximer the side eye, is just gonna kind of set up a small sleeping area to just get a short rest.
So as you start to set up, you both hear the gates open up real quick with that loud, super loud screech, and from out of the front of the gate is two of our familiar friends, Zigfrek and Otto. Zigfrek and Otto. Oh god, I hate the layers and stuff. hear you two talking out here. And you see them both rush out. Otto turns and looks at you. He looks at the bag laying next to you, and he kind of rushes forward, and he like grabs onto it. And Zigfrek is the big, just kind of scary woman. She steps forward and she puts her hand out, and she says, Otto, please be careful with that. Be respectful now. And you guys look over, and Otto has the bag open as he's dragging it away, and you can see him like gnawing on the hand. And he goes,
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna pull my rapier and walk after him like, hey.
And he just like quickly takes a finger and shoves the rest of the hand back in the bag. Before you can really do anything, he hunches over, grabs the bag with both hands, and jumps up on top of the 15-foot fence and turns towards you. And you see him jump across this small little courtyard here into the second-story window of the tower, where you can hear the... you can still hear that violin music. It's going all night long. And
Jesus.
Yeah. Zigfrek walks up and says, The abbot will see you tomorrow. And she tucks away and dips back into the creaky door. So creaky.
Creaky Lord. Super creaky.
And just as fast as that, it's silent again. Just other than that lone violin music. Taliesin, you commune, you sit down, and it takes you longer than normal. But eventually you find this tree in the darkness of your mind, and up in the tree are many crows. Corvus flies down and lands in front of you. His shadow stands, and it's in the image of Ilya, the young boy you just saw come back to life. The young man stands, mostly in shadow, and stares at you, directly in your soul.
I bow my head, and I say, I failed you. I brought you one soul, but I lost another.
The ravens from the tree begin to fly down and peck at you angrily. You feel this fear and this disappointment that you've never felt. In all the years that the demons inside of you tormented you, nothing was ever this intense. And you feel this tearing at your very soul. The young boy stands before you. When you see a spear pierce through the back of his chest, coming out towards you, you recognize the weapon immediately. The child falls to the ground. Corvus flies and lands on the ground next to your beaten body and whispers something in your ear that sends a chill down your body. And you wake up right where you were sitting, with your packed weapon at the ready in your lap. The frostburn is halfway up your arm, and for the first time, it burns.
I'm gonna kind of shiver there on the ground for a minute or two, And then I'll get up, shake myself off, shake the snow off. And then I'll start walking towards the burgomaster's house.
Okay. All right. So outside of the burgomaster's house is Irina and Ismark. Was anybody else out and about tonight?
I was out looking for Taliesin, and I would have said that if I didn't see him at the wall, I would have tried to find like the tallest tree. Like I would have tried to go here, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, your relentless search, you would find him meditating by the pond, but this would be probably shortly after what he just experienced.
Yeah, you would see me curled up in a fetal position on the ground.
Yes. So you do eventually find him. Everybody else is pretty much away, but you and him find each other.
Okay. I'm going to approach him, and I'm going to be sniffling a little bit, and I'm going to kind of like scoot him with my hand, and just make sure he's like alive and conscious.
Okay.
You feel like an extra shiver when you touch me, and I kind of look back. Oh, Bantam, what are you doing here?
I'm gonna kind of dab at like my eyes with like the corner of my sleeve, and I'm gonna say, I had some questions for you, but it looks like you're dealing with some of your own questions. How are you doing?
Taliesin kind of gets up and like sits a little bit cross-legged, brushes the snow off of him. I have to go kill that child.
I'm going to I gotta whisper something to you.
Why don't you break off him in the Discord?
Yeah,
this conversation can be private.
That's what you want to do, Cole. We can do that.
I think that'd probably be good.
Okay.
If you whisper to each other in Roll20, I can still see it though, right? Or no? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Go for it. Y'all keep your secrets. I'm sure you'll tell me if I need to know.
I feel like this is something that you as the GM would need to know.
Okay.
Damn, I don't know.
I mean, if you jump over to Discord, Donald can also jump over into the Discord.
This is true.
Opening disc.
It's up to you, Cole.
Am I even logged into Discord? Let me see.
Check that real quick. Persephone, you have already hunkered down for the night.
Yeah, I'm making my bed.
Heximer. Okay, so Bantam and Taliesin are going to be. I need to run to the second question. It's only 9:30, and I don't know how long you guys want to play for, but I am okay going on because I have quite a bit. I'm kind of ahead of myself, so I can go as long as you guys want. If you give me like another hour or so, I think we might be able to get to some very fun stuff. Otherwise, we can save it for next time. It's all totally up to you guys.
It's up to them, but I am tired and I have to wake up early.
Okay.
That's me personally.
Yeah,
if you
it
want
might
to
be
continue without my
like
character,
too much for me.
Yeah, I gotta go to work tomorrow morning.
Okay, that's fine. So, Bantam and Taliesin, do your thing, and then we'll start tomorrow morning, and we'll get an idea of what we want to do for the next sesh.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry
Alright.
about that.
No, that's fine. We got more D&D shenanigans tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'll meet myself in here, and then I'll switch. I'll go over to the Discord server.
You guys gotta just call each other.
Yeah, just use the Discord.
Well, we need to get Donald in there too. So.
I love that I can play my own channel sounds for free.
You're abusing your responsibility and all.
Yeah, you game in the system.
Who are the people? Who's Skelly Pops?
Skelly Pops
Who's
is my
cyber
girlfriend.
drunk? Oh really? Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
Skelly
cyber drunk?
posted your URL all over the place, Don Lad.
Awesome. Hydrate! Oh my god, I blew through all my bevies tonight.
Yeah, this session flew pretty hard, actually.
Oh my god, I know! You guys are blowing my fucking mind right now.
You had to have known that this was going to happen, Donald.
You did kind of set us on this path, buddy.
I didn't know how you guys were gonna handle this. I knew it was gonna be an issue, but...
You dangled a carrot and a stick at the same time.
Okay.
For two separate characters.
Here's... I'm not gonna say shit.
You don't need to, I'm just saying.
I can't wait to talk to you guys after... Can we just hurry up and finish this game so I can talk to you guys about it? I'm dying.
It's hard. It's
oh
hard.
my god.
Cole, are you in the Discord?
I think so, yes.
Habeaus Corvus Discord?
No. How do I get there? I have no idea how to use Twitch, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay.
I am also here.
Okay, make sure you guys mute the other server. Okay, go ahead. Cole, where'd you go?
Can I just
I have no idea what I'm doing with this.
Just click on the
Click on Dungeons and Dragons to connect to it. Okay, now
There you
go
go.
into... There you go. And you've muted Roll20?
I don't know how to do that.
Just hit the microphone on Roll20.
Okay. I think I did it.
No.
No.
Nope, I can still hear you Roll20, buddy.
Okay, mute myself.
Perfection.
Okay.
Okay.
Turn off your video as well.
Alright.
So like this is really stressing me out in like real life.
Good.
What?
This game stresses me out in like real life. I'm like, I don't know what to
I
do.
can't...
The stakes are really high.
Oh wait, hold on.
Like,
I can't hear you, kid.
I'm panicking.
You wake up
I mean, we're also
screaming.
I lowered the volume for Dustin and Janelle.
Oh yeah, I turned them all the way off.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sorry. Okay, so
Okay.
What are you doing, Bantam?
So, you said I need to kill that child, and I burst into tears, and it's all black and oily, and it's just running down my face. And I'm gonna say, how do you know what deserves life? How is it so easy for you?
Can you repeat that, Cole?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say, how do you know what deserves life? How is it so easy for you to decide?
The child was already dead, Bantam. His soul was ripped from wherever it was and put back in its body. I'm not taking his life away from him. His life was unjustly brought back, and he needs to go back to where he was resting.
Don't you think a soul belongs wherever it is? If a creature
can achieve life, don't you think it's worth it?
The soul. Wait, they can't hear us in Roll20, can they?
I don't think
muted
so.
myself.
Someone.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead. You're good.
Yeah. The soul is directed to a plane of existence after the body dies.
What if it's intentional? What if we don't know where souls come from? Where do souls come from? Do you know?
I don't know. I just know that Corvus puts them where they need to go after the soul leaves the body.
Can you or your crow tell me if I have a soul?
I look at Bantam with my Eldritch Sight, and I imagine that I do see the spark of life in it.
Yeah, but there is something odd about it. You've always known there was something odd about his light, but he does have one.
You do have a soul, Bantam, but I must say that there is something different about it.
Is there something wrong? Is it wrong?
I guess I'll take a closer look at it to see if I can figure out what it is. Donald?
Okay, Cole, what is he looking at?
That's more of a moral question, I should say, than it is like a, I'm not trying to get a quantitative answer, I'm trying to get a qualitative answer. This is something that I don't think you would have an answer for, Chris. It's weird trying to do the RP thing.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna shrug off my robe, and I'm going to. I have like stitches all through the skin on my arm, and it's not bloody. It's just flesh. It's like plain flesh, and where it's cut, there's no blood. It's just flesh colored all the way through. And I'm gonna take out a little knife, and I'm gonna stab my forearm and just cut it all the way down. I'm gonna dig my hand under the skin, and I'm gonna tear all the skin off of my forearm. And underneath, it's springs and it's cogs, and it's steam and it's metal, and it is not a skeleton. And I'm going to, I'm going to sink to my knees, and I'm going to say, I've been trying to find out if I was meant to live, if I was meant to have a soul, and it's so easy for you. It's so easy for you to know where they're supposed to go. Am I supposed to have one? I need... this journey for me has been so enlightening, but I'm still so confused. I don't know what I am. Mm-hmm.
You can see Taliesin has a very sad look on his face, and he kind of like pulled his hand out to you, put it on your shoulder. You can also tell that there's like a glimmer of like curiosity in Taliesin's eyes, but he says, Bantam, I don't know. I've never seen this before, and he kind of gestures towards the gears. I've really only ever dealt with, I suppose, more biological creatures, but what I can tell you is that right now when I look at you, you have a soul. And I don't know how it got there, how you got here, but you're here right now.
Isn't the Baroness's son here right now? Somebody chose where to put that soul. And I have no choice but to accept that I was made on purpose. I don't know that what happened there is wrong, but I don't know what happened here is wrong. And it feels that to condemn that child's life is to condemn mine. Because I'm not natural. I know that. And I know he's not natural. But I don't know anything.
Was your soul taken from another, though? Was it from another being, or was it created?
I don't know. I woke up years before you met me in the tower, and there were times where I was awake, and I read, and then I would sleep. I know nothing of my origin. I know as much of my origin as you do, and that's what this journey has been to me. I was intentionally limited in my knowledge. It seemed like there was every answer to every question in that tower, except for mine. I don't know. I don't know where my soul comes from, but I can't pass judgment on that child.
Bantam, let me tell you one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
You are not undead. That child is. Corvus seeks to drive out the undead because they are abominations unto death. And Corvus, I serve death. I don't really know. I'm learning more about Corvus. I still have many questions, but if I don't do this, Bantam, I have no power. I will lose everything. I will lose my life. And it will go against everything that I've ever stood for.
I'm gonna kind of sniffle, I'm gonna nod my head. And I'm gonna say, I guess if your life hangs in the balance too, the scales...
Saw me. Here, on the ground, where you found me. And Taliesin kind of trails off, and you hear a fear in his voice. I was reprimanded. I've never felt that before. Never. In my 66 years of life, I've never felt that from Corvus.
I'm gonna kind of sniffle, and I'm gonna say, if it's your life against another, that's another unanswerable question. I can't pass judgment on you. I'll have my own questions for you once I've sorted things out here, but I hope you're okay. You've been a great friend to me. I don't know a lot about much, but at the same, I'm grateful to you, and I don't want you gone. I don't think you have all the answers either, and I can't judge you for finding your own way. As long as I know that I'm worth your friendship, that's all I can ask for.
You see Taliesin break down a little bit, and he's like, of course, I truly value your friendship, or I hope that anything that I've done has not made you feel like that's not the case. This is my burden to bear. You don't have to follow me. But you do know now that this is my path. This is my quest for the moment. Persephone also knows of my pact with Corvus and the commandments that I must follow, at least briefly. But you're the only one that is aware that I must go and do this now.
As your friend, I'll stand with you. I'll be there. But I can't make any promises beyond this. That I'd like to try to defend you, but to kill a child, I don't know that I could hold another life in my hands the way that you do, but I won't tell the others, and I won't try to stop you.
I'm not going to try to make a big scene out of it. I'm going to do my best to do it quickly and stealthily.
Can you do it painlessly?
Taliesin kind of contemplates this for a moment. I think I can.
Very well then. I appreciate you confiding in me.
And I the same, and he kind of looks down at your arm. You might want to hide that up. There's no
Yes.
telling what the people of Kresk might do if they found that out.
And same to you, I don't suppose we could take quarter in this village for much longer if we killed the child of the Baroness.
This is why I don't want you to be involved. I'll do it, and I'll hide away. And we'll deal with Strahd tomorrow. But also, do know that I'm here for you, and I'll do my best to help you understand your situation. Perhaps, if this goes well, Corvus can help.
I'll accept help from anywhere, but I'd be happiest to receive it from a friend. And I'm gonna shrug my my robe back over my shoulders and try to like squeeze the skin of my arm together, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna just try my best to just like cross my arms, and I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna give Taliesin just a big old knee hug on the knees, because I think that's where I come up to.
I was already on the ground at your level, so.
Okay, yeah. All right, then just a regular hug then.
And
Okay.
Taliesin kind of hugs you, and then he gets up with you still in his arms, and then sets you down.
Cool. I'm gonna sniffle a little bit more, and like try to buff all the motor oil off of my face, and I'm gonna nod and I'm gonna say, well then, is this to happen tonight?
Yes. Under the cover of darkness.
Are you healthy? You took a couple of big hits in there.
Oh, I did. I'm still... You can see that Taliesin's scratched up. He has a few scrapes on him. But... I can handle this.
Alright. To business then, I guess.
Alright.
Okay.
I guess, should we go back to roll 20?
Let's go ahead and go back.
Okay.
light spells.
Hi, everybody. Hey, kids, we're back.
About
we're
goddamn
doing
time.
some. Hold on a second. We're trying to figure something out real quick.
Taliesin and Bantam, go ahead and take inspiration, please.
I already have inspiration.
Well, use it. Just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
Do you
Okay.
guys know of a way to add custom spells, like spells that aren't assigned to your class?
Go ahead and keep looking that up. So I think everyone's pretty much hunkered down for the night then?
Yep. Heximer and Yoogan camped out and had an in-game chat.
Okay.
We talked.
And then Irina and Ismark is going to join Persephone, and Bantam and Taliesin, are you guys staying close to each other for the night? Until tomorrow?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yep.
Okay. So, after a very, very long day, you all hunker down. This is going to be considered a long rest. We wake in the morning. You feel a little warmth on your face today. Not too much, but the walls in the city are high enough to kind of help the breeze, if you will. And you guys awaken to the sound of the Baroness screaming from her child's bedroom. And that is where we will stop.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
shit, they killed that kid.
Murderers. We're gonna have.
Okay,
Someone's gonna get a pummeling.
Someone's
gonna
gonna get pummeled.
There will be tentacles involved. I swear to you that.
God.
Well, that's cool. That was fun.
What a sesh, guys.
I was telling
Yeah,
them
what a
that
good
this.
session.
I was gonna say I was telling them that this game really makes me have a lot of anxiety in real life. Like morality is really hard. I'm just like, I don't know what this person would do. I'm trying to play character. What the fuck is going on?
What would you do? I mean,
That's also the point of this.
yeah, it's a morality test. It really is. It's you are in the hot seat. It's you. It's your character. It's you guys were so great this session. Like this might be one of our best sessions we've ever had.
And we weren't murdered by a raging David.
Yeah, it's true.
Mace. If he goes hostile, I'm taking the mace.
This was so crazy.
So much shit happened tonight. Oh my god.
I think everybody got a piece, right? Like everyone got a thing that they did.
Yeah, you all shared the fucking spotlight so well tonight. Oh, I can't believe that. I honestly, I had all the pieces for this, but I didn't know how it was going to play out. Like, it was kind of still like, but, oh my god, you guys, I was dying. Oh, I'm dying. Okay, so thank you all again for popping in. Thank you for all of you who watch us on Twitch and support me on Twitch. That includes all of my players. Thank you. When would we like to get together next?
I work next Saturday.
Okay. Do we want to do next Friday?
Next Friday works for me.
That's good. Oh wait. Yes, no, that's good for me.
Yeah, I can do
Is
that
that?
too.
Yeah, I think Jake would be gone. I think he could do it.
I think it's the 28th. So
I have somebody visiting, but maybe I can just have him here while we play.
that'd be fun. Well, yeah, just let me know within the next, let me know by like Tuesday if 28th works, and then if not, we can go to Friday, and then, yeah, we have some other things going down. For those of you in the Icewind Dale thing, we start tomorrow at 1? Was that the time? Or 3? 1 or 3?
I'm gonna
3.
hop off work and straight on the D&D.
We'll do 3 to give people a chance to rest.
Yeah,
guess.
that's fine. And I'm probably gonna go get fucked up.
If you'd like.
No, 3 o'clock sounds perfect. I want to get some stuff done tomorrow. Be a responsible adult for once. But yeah, you guys are kick-ass. This campaign is moving along so well, and again, I can't wait to talk to you guys all about it. But until, the Abbey of St. Markovia, Part 3, next Friday, y'all.
It never fucking ends.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
This will be probably the finale of St. Markovia, one way or another.
Blow this fucking monastery up.
Fuck, Game of Thrones style. Green flames.
Scorched earth, motherfucker.
Wildfire.
We did diverge super hard, so I would call this partial Game of Thrones now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. But,
Well,
alright, guys. Thank you again so much. I know I need to speak to a couple of you after the game. I've already texted you if I want you to call me.
Well, fuck you too, Donald.
Yeah, this never happens to me.
Damn, I didn't make the list either.
I'm just gonna call anyway.
Okay, everybody can call me. No, one at a time. Alright.
We're all gonna do it at the same time. I'm gonna blow up your phone line.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna leave hateful voicemails.
That's fine. Alright, my dog is about to tear down the door, so... Thank you all again. We'll see you all next Friday.
See you next time when we find out whether or not Taliesin and Bantam murdered a child. Subtext, they killed that kid.
For those of you still on the Twitch.
Tune in next time for the exciting conclusion.
Crowd booing.
Dead children. Oh god.
Alright, kids. I'm gonna go ahead and log off. I will see you all next week.
Alright, see.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Oh.